For Gillingham supporters today, the chance to Wembley. 12 months ago against Manchester City, they found themselves so close to First Division football.
Taylor, 2-0! Gillingham are surely there now!
But we'll know what happened thereafter. City, inspired by Paul Dickoff, produced one of the great Wembley comebacks. And the nightmare became reality in the penalty shootout.
He has missed it! Manchester City!
Under John Benson, Wigan brushed aside the disappointment of a playoff final defeat against City with a 24-game unbeaten run at the start of this season, but they still missed out on automatic promotion, and they have it all to do today.
It ain't gonna be me.
Well, when we saw them live against Oldham in January, automatic promotion looked a near certainty for Benson's boys, but Wigan won only 7 of their last 22 games, none of their last 3, and so for the second year running, it is playoff time again. Last season they fell at the first hurdle. This time they have made it to Wembley. But will it be a happy ending for a club league 22 years ago and has never played in the top 2 divisions? And there's Gillingham have been around rather longer. League members to be precise, but they've never been in the top 2 divisions either. Mind you, we all thought they'd made it this time last year. 2 up against City, 89 minutes on the clock, only for it to go so horribly wrong. But the golden chance to make amends today. A crowd of around 60,000 is expected this afternoon, with Gillingham fans outnumbering their Wigan counterparts by 5-1. An extraordinary response during the build-up to the game, so the supporters will have to shout themselves hoarse if they're to make themselves be heard. Live on Sky Sports 2, the second division playoff between Gillingham, who finished 3rd in the regular season, and Wigan Athletic, who were just fine in 4th place. Well, so far we've had a posh party and a moment of magic for Michael Owen. So to Wembley's 3rd game in 3 days, this time in the company of the former Gillingham manager Tony Pulis and Nigel Spankham. Now, Tony, has coming back here reopened some old wounds for you?
Well, ask me, you would mention it, Marcus. No, it was a gut-wrenching feeling last season. After 86 minutes, we thought that we'd won the game. And then, as history has shown, they get the 2 goals on penalties. But it was a fantastic experience for us, for the supporters and everybody at the football club, and I just hope they put it right today.
It's a golden opportunity for everyone connected with the club to finally bury that memory.
Well, the fact that 50,000 supporters from Kent are coming up for the game shows how important it is to them. It's a massive catchment area. It's a terrific football club. I think that it's not just happened at that football club. This has been happening for 5 years. You know, we took them out of the 3rd division, and every year they've progressed and finished higher in the league. They finished again. You know, Peter's finished higher than what we did last year. They've got to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, so you know, the momentum has been built up, and it's important, I think, that they do win today.
There was very little to show between Darlington and Peterborough on Friday night, and Nigel, the general consensus is that this one's going to be equally as tight this afternoon.
Yeah, 2 teams that play the same systems. One finished 3rd, one finished 4th. It's got all the makings of a cracking game again, and I'm glad to see that the weather's turned to sunshine, because we have torrential rain again and hailstones here, so let's just hope the pitch holds up. But I think 2 good footballing teams, and hopefully put on a good show here for all of us watching.
Yeah, it has to be said that the weather has been absolutely horrendous this weekend, as you probably know. Bucketing down a little earlier at Wembley. The ground staff have been working since 8 o'clock this morning to make sure the game could go ahead. And of course, after this, we've got the First Division playoff final tomorrow, Barnsley and Ipswich, and then on Wednesday, England are back for a match against the Ukraine. There's been some talk that that game might be switched to Highbury, but looking at the shots now, guys, the pitch still looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the pitch it will be okay. I think the wet weather as well helps the game. I think it'll be a quick game, and it'll be more of an exciting game. I think if you come to Wembley and play it when it's dry, you know, Nigel's played there, I've only watched games there, it does tend to slow the ball up. I think you'll have a very fast, furious game today. And, you know, it will help the entertainment for the supporters.
I think the ground staff, you have to say to them, I think after the game on Friday they were up all night forking this pitch, getting it ready for England to play Brazil yesterday. They've done a magnificent job. Again, it looks first class, and hopefully the ball will run well, but it will, as Tony said, pick up the speed off the turf with the rain that's on it, and it should be a good, attractive, exciting, fast game.
Well, a short time ago, down on the pitch, one of our reporters, Ned Bolting, spoke to some of the Wigan players, beginning with Darren Sheridan.
Darren, it's about to pour with rain again. You're about to walk out onto the pitch. What do you feel?
Oh, I'm just made up being here, you know. I've been here to watch my brother John, and I never thought I'd get a chance to play here myself, so I'm made up, like.
And it still has the same feeling as ever, Wembley?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been to watch Man United here as a fan, like, but just to play here, it's unbelievable.
And what's the mood in the camp?
Oh, all the lads are relaxed and all that. We've had a game of Scrabble on the coach on the way down, so looking all right.
Simon, you're outnumbered here by the Gillingham fans, but nevertheless, you're up for it today?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. You know, we've got through the 2 tough playoff games with Millwall, and it's all about today now. We've got less fans than them, but they're full of enthusiasm, and hopefully they can get behind us.
Now, you've had a chance to walk out on the pitch. What does it feel like? Because it's taken a lot of rain over the last couple of days.
Yeah, we played it last year. It's a bit different to that. It was a sunny day and it was a bit sticky, the pitch. I think we preferred it today. You know, the surface is nice and wet. Just hope we don't rain too much more and, you know, hold some surface water.
You're having the best goal-scoring season of your career. Do you fancy a chance of getting on the score sheet today?
Well, I hope so. I haven't scored for a few games, so I'm due one, and what a place to do it. Hopefully we can win the game anyway.
Andy, you've just stepped out onto the Wembley pitch. How do you feel? Describe your feelings.
Excited. We're here now. We've made it here. Fantastic arena. You know, Gillingham obviously got more fans than us, but that's not going to matter. You know, we're going to make it a good game, and hopefully we're going to win.
It's a long trip down, and Wigan didn't necessarily want to have to be here, if you see what I mean, but now you're here.
Yeah, we're here now, but Gillingham didn't want to be here neither. They could have had it wrapped up as well as ourselves. They haven't. The fact is that we're here. We're determined to put on a good show today, and we're determined to win.
Well, both sides have played 48 games to reach this stage. In the playoff semi-finals, Wigan took on Millwall, and for Gillingham, Stoke City provided the opposition. Stoke made the perfect start at the Britannia Stadium when Arne Gunnlaugsson struck in the very first minute of the game. Kyle Lightbourne then added a second 6 minutes later. But the Gills quickly pulled one back through Ty Gooden. Peter Thorne restored the home side's 2-goal advantage in the second half. But Andy Hessenthaler's late strike left the tie evenly poised. Stoke had Graham Kavanagh and Clive Clark sent off in the second leg, and Gillingham took full advantage. Barry Ashby's goal took the match into extra time, and further strikes from Ife Anura. And Paul Smith wraps up a 5-3 aggregate win. The first leg of Wigan's tie at Millwall was a typically nervy affair. The home side's David Tuttle almost scored an own goal. While at the other end, Paul Moody's header was cleared off the line. So it was all to play for at the JJB Stadium. It was equally tight there. One goal decided it, scored by Darren Sheridan. Wigan back at Wembley for the 4th time. Well, let's now get all the team. It's 3 o'clock kickoff here this afternoon. Of course, Alan Bentley is the man with all the information. Alan.
Yes, thank you, Marcus. We've just been watching the second legs of the semis. I can tell you straight away that both sides are unchanged from those games. What does that mean then? Well, let's have a look, starting with Gillingham. Here we go. And as far as they're concerned, there are 7 survivors from the heartache of last year's playoff final. The exceptions: 3 Roland Edge, 11 Ty Gooden, 24 Junior Lewis, and 29 Ife Anura. Lewis, in fact, played under Peter Taylor at Dover. He arrived on a free from Hendon, while Ty Gooden has the distinction of being the first transfer in this country in the new millennium. 8 Andy Hessenthaler, seemingly ageless. He's now player coach, incidentally. A couple of players to look at the back. Number 17, Adrian Pennock. Let's have a look at him. Once of Norwich and Bournemouth. And he actually missed a penalty last year against Manchester City, as did number 6, Guy Butters, and sub Paul Smith. And 29, Ifeanyi Europe, the Scouse Nigerian, born in Glasgow. He's back at the club for a second spell. Tim again, as I said, for Wigan. The only real question for John Benson was who to pick in goal. The highly rated Roy Carroll is OK again after appendicitis, but it's Derek Stilley who gets the nod. He was Aberdeen's number 2 keeper for a long time, no doubt hoping for better than poor Jim Leighton yesterday. 3 Kevin Sharp started at Auxerre before moving to Leeds. 6 Dazoo, 7 Andy Little, 22 Darren Sheridan and 32 Neil Redfern are all ex-Barnsley players. Redfern, he's been relegated in successive seasons with the Tykes and Charlton Athletic. Scott Green, now he wears number 14. He's been here before, 3 times in fact in his Bolton days, including a League Cup final. Up front 9, Simon Howarth, the club's record signing at £600,000 from Coventry. He's a full Welsh international. He's enjoying his best ever season with 19 goals, and he did in fact score the first ever goal at the JJB Stadium. That's it, Marcus, back to you up top.
Alan, thank you very much indeed. The sun is out at Wembley just at the moment, which is very good news for all the supporters, all 60,000 or so that are expected this afternoon. Incidentally, if you were wondering why we didn't hear from any of the Gillingham players on the pitch, well, Peter Taylor has said he doesn't want them to talk at the moment. We'll hear about them after the break. Live cricket coming up for you on Thursday. It's the second test between England and Zimbabwe, and for the very first time on British television you can watch interactive coverage of test cricket on Sky Sports Extra. Choice of camera angles, a highlight option, scorecard and ball-by-ball stats, all at the touch of a button. Live only on Sky Sports 1, live and interactive only on Sky Sports Extra, Sky Digital Channel 404. Right now we're concentrating on the second division playoff final between Gillingham and Wigan at Wembley. Pretty tight between the two over the years. First meeting came as recently as November '82. Honours even this season, gentlemen, at the JJB Stadium. Wigan won by 2-0. Alan McLaughlin with the first. This was just after Christmas. And Darren Sheridan then popped up with the second. How significant, Nigel, are these meetings, do you think?
I don't think they really mean much, Marcus. You come here on a one-off game at Wembley, a neutral ground, big support for Gillingham here. I think Wigan were going so well at that stage, top of the league, unbeaten all season. But obviously Gillingham got revenge at home. But today it's just an even game.
A couple of classic goals in this one.
Own goal, yes.
Ifeanyi Europe with the first, but have a look at this, Tony. Own goal of the season, perhaps? Adrian Pennock, the contender.
Yeah, I took Adi from Norwich when he was a young lad to Bournemouth, and then took him from Bournemouth to Gillingham with me.
You teach him to do that?
And he'll be very pleased with that one.
Junior Lewis will be very pleased with this, the winner.
It's just a fantastic finish, touch, vision and precision. Beautiful.
That's quality, isn't it? They were flying.
They were flying at the time.
Yeah. Came back down to earth since then. Bookies can't make their minds up today. Both sides are 6-5 on. OK, let's find out a little more about the two teams, starting with the Gills.
Let's go! Yeah!
Peter Taylor, manager, loves a cigar and looks like normal wisdom. Vince Bartram, goalkeeper, we call him Harry Hamster because of his fat cheeks. Barry Ashby, centre-half, we call him Shergar because of his teeth. Adrian Pennock, centre-half, funny man of the team, we call him an Icelandic international because of his white hair. Guy Butters, centre-half, call him the Tank because he eats for England. Nicky Southall, right back, not the brightest, that's why we call him Trigger. Roland Edge, left back, always injured, that's why we call him Doc Cotton. Andy Taylor, midfield, the governor of the team, to keep this lot in shape. Junior Lewis, midfield, got the longest body in the world, that's why we call him the giraffe. Ty Gooden, midfield, Mr. Cool of the team, never gives the ball away. Ifeanyi, forward, hasn't got the best touch in the world, but he's the powerhouse of the team. Carlos Sara, forward, I call him Ugly Bear because he looks like the film star.
John Benson, manager. A few of the lads reckon he's on a backhander from Barnsley and Charlton because he only keeps buying players from there. But as long as he keeps paying me, I'm not bothered.
Derek Stilley, goalkeeper.
just got into the team due to Roy having his appendix out. He performed miracles in the playoffs to get us through. We've just had a darts competition at the club and Derek is the worst darts player anybody has ever seen. Pat McGibbon, centre-back. Some of the lads reckon he's got a bit of a weight problem, but I just think he's gone on a seafood diet. Everything he sees, he eats. Stuart Barmer, centre-back, or Zach Dingle as the lads like to call him. Anytime any of the lads go out, he's banned because he's the scruffiest man alive. Ariane Dazou, centre-back. Some of the lads like to call Ariane Euroboy off Your Own Soccer AM because he's got a pair of boots that are exactly the same as Euroboy wears, except Ariane decides to wear them with his club suit. Scott Green, full-back. Probably one of the smartest dressed players at the club. Spends a fortune on his clothes, but he spent more on his false teeth. Kevin Sharp, full-back. Nobody's really sure what nationality Kevin is. He's either French, Canadian, English. But when you see the size of his nose, he's obviously got some French in him. Darren Sheridan, midfielder, another one of the Barnsley rejects. Darren can play a great tune with the guitar strings on the top of his head. Ian Kilford, midfield. Really nice guy. Shame about his big white teeth and his bald head. Neil Redfern, midfield. Neil joined us from Bradford early in the season, having successfully helped Barnsley to get relegated, Charlton to get relegated, and Bradford to get relegated. As soon as he left them, they managed to survive, so that's obviously no coincidence. Simon Howell, centre forward. Formed a close friendship with Kevin Nichols. He's very patriotic about his country, Wales. It's just a shame that they're not the best at football. Andy Liddell, centre forward. Another one of the Barnsley rejects to make the trip across the M62. A lot of the Wigan lads make unfounded comments about my nose, but I think it's quite small.
So they are the players under the spotlight now. 7 of today's Gillingham team took part in last year's final. They'll never forget what happened, of course. Just in case you have, here is a brief reminder.
Taylor's at the edge of the area, but he's worked it through. It's Carlos Salva, and it's a goal in the last 10 minutes of the contest. Taylor, 2-0. Gillingham are surely there now. And Gota's through here. Great challenge, but the forward shot is in. And City here looking for an opening. It's Dickoff again. Can you believe it?
A desperate end to an extraordinary afternoon for all connected with Gillingham, but they are back for more this afternoon, and striker Carlos Saba reckons they're even stronger now.
I think we're a lot more experienced this year. We've been through a lot. The players, they seem to have a belief in themselves that they can overcome anything. We've come back from big deficits quite a few times, and I think the spirit keeps pulling us through.
And you coped well despite the loss of Bob Taylor mid-season?
That's right, Bob was flying, and I think it was time for him to go. He needed a new challenge, and good luck to him. But the boys have shown it. We're not a one-man team. Anyone can be missing, and the people who come in can do just as good a job.
What sort of an impact has Peter Taylor made?
He's done really well. The boys love him. All the young kids are developing really well. He loves his training. He gets his point over really well, and everyone's enjoying themselves. I personally haven't had that long with him because I've been injured so much, but hopefully next season we'll be able to work together and get the fruits of that.
Was there an air of concern that you didn't make automatic promotion, that you would have to go through the playoffs again?
No, the manager said it would be lovely to get automatic, of course, but we believe we can beat anyone on the day, or even over 2 legs, which we've shown. So we've just got one more match to go now, and we're almost there.
And you're not worried that it might go to penalties again?
I don't think I'll be on the pitch that long, so that's someone else's concern, but we've got to try and get the job done in 90 minutes.
The semi-final against Stoke City went all the way to extra time. Have the players had a chance to recover well from that?
Yeah, we had a good break. The gaffer took us away to Bournemouth, and everyone's rejuvenated the batteries, everyone's fine. We're going to have a hard session today, and we're thoroughly looking forward to Sunday.
It has been a bad season for you in terms of injuries. Are those problems over now?
Yeah, well, I had the 3 operations on my groin. I got over them, pulled my hamstring, and then got a knock against Brentford, which has been hampering me the last couple of weeks. But after the match on Sunday, I start in Lilleshall for next season. I start my pre-season early because I've got to get things right and be firing in 110%.
Do you think if Gillingham got promoted, it would be a chance for you to really kick-start your career?
Yeah, I've just got to make sure I'm playing. At the moment, you can't do nothing when you're injured, so I've been hampered. But hopefully we'll get in the first division. As I say, I can have a good long pre-season and get myself firing, because I believe I can do a very good job at Division 1 level, and not a problem. I've just got to make sure that when it comes, and hopefully it will come next season, I'm fully equipped to come up with the goods.
Well, from his point of view, it has been a very, very frustrating season, but Tony, just how important is a fully fit Carlos Saba to the Gillingham cause?
Well, he's vital. I think that you know, his partnership with Iffy, you've got two players with tremendous pace and power, and given the opportunities and the chances, they'll score goals. Their records prove that. He's a great kid. He's been very unfortunate with injuries. He came off last year actually in this game after we got the second goal, and that was the groin injury that he struggled with since.
Can he do it at the higher level, do you think?
I personally think he can. I think that he'll get better as he gets older. He's a very inexperienced kid in respect that he's come out of non-league, but he's got everything in his armour to be a player who could cause anybody problems, because he's got great power, he's quick, and he has got an eye for a goal.
As we can see here, look at that finish now.
Fantastic strike. You're talking about him doing it at the higher level. I mean, he did have a time at Reading where it didn't really work out well for him, but he's gone and obviously back to a lower division in Gillingham, and he's putting the ball in the back of the net again. Hopefully he can learn from that experience and go on and play in a higher level again, hopefully for his sake with Gillingham. But he's only played 13 times this season, scored 6 goals, so you know, 1 every 2 games is a very good return for him after all those injuries.
Still a slight question mark about his fitness. You've already mentioned his strike partner, Iffy Onura, in his second spell at the club. They love him down there, don't they?
Well, we took Iffy from Mansfield for 25 grand, and you know, he was absolutely fantastic. And the problem with Iffy come the end of it was that he got into contractual disputes with the chairman, and we sold him off to Swindon. But he's come back, and again, the lads have told me that if he's Iffy by name, Iffy by nature, you know, he's just one of them. He's a type of player that can turn a game in a couple of seconds, but be very frustrating for the next 90 minutes. But he's a great fella. He's you know, he's well educated. He's a university boy who, as you've seen, will score goals out of nothing.
How did Alan describe him during He's Scouse Nigerian? That conjures up
yeah,
quite a picture, doesn't it?
Doesn't matter where he's from, as long as he can stick the ball in the back of the net. He did very, very well for Swindon when he was there. He's obviously come to Gillingham and he's scoring goals. He's a big target man, but he can also come off people and run at people. And when you see someone the size of him running at you as a defender, you think, oh, blimey, it's like a battering ram, isn't he? But he's good in the air, can score goals, and a good partnership, as Tony says, along with Carlos Saba.
Now, perhaps the main man in the Gillingham side, Tony, is Andy Hessenthaler, who may be 34 years of age now, but who is such a driving force and an example, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got heart and lungs of a 17-year-old. You know, Essie could play till he's 40 quite comfortably. But his attitude, not just on the pitch, but round the ground, is first class. And, you know, if you're putting training sessions on or you're asking people to do things, he'll always be at the front and he'll always be pushing people on. He's a great example to everybody at that football club. He's got his little boy with him there, and
which
you know,
one's which?
Yeah, give him a couple of years, he'll be bigger than us.
Yeah, that's Jake, isn't it? Jake
yes.
Hessenthaler.
But you know, like I say, there's 7 with Iffy, 8 players I think who you know, I've worked with, and I just hope and pray that today, after the bad experience of last year, today will be their day, not just for the players but for the supporters as well.
And he can pop up with some absolutely crucial goals, of course, can't he?
Well, I think the goal against Stoke at the Britannia Stadium, where he scores to make it 3-2, I think is the goal really that has got Gillingham this far. I think if they hadn't got that goal against Stoke, then they wouldn't have gone on and beaten Stoke in the second leg.
That was very similar to the Stoke. It seems a lot of his
goals... That was against Millwall, wasn't it?
Yeah. But they're driving runs, and this finish here is an
Good
example
finish.
of real quality, isn't it?
He gets forward well, and he's, like I say, he's got loads of energy, so he can go box to box. And you know, he'll be an important player today, because up against him might be Redfern. I think Redfern is a terrific player, got great ability, has played at the top level, but Essie will definitely have the legs on him.
I think you should sign up Jake at Portsmouth. Looks pretty good in the warm-up, doesn't
There's Daniel there as well, Adi Pennock's little boy, so you know, they're bringing the family along this time.
Bit cold for the little ones out there, blimey. Have to keep running around to keep warm.
They're both club mascots, and we'll soon be
Adi's frightened him again. It looks as though Adi's frightened him again. But no, I'm looking forward to the game. I think it'll be a terrific game. The way the game will go, I think, will be determined by the midfield. I think the Wigan boys, technically, are all very good players. I think Kilford, Redfern and Sheridan are very good players. And technically they're good. But the Gillingham lads, I think they've got terrific legs. They can play, but they've got great legs. And games are controlled in midfield. And if you look at the 2 forwards, or 2 sets of forwards, you've got a Saba and Onura who will score goals. I think Hayworth and Liddell will score goals. It's where, you know, where the ammunition will come from, and who will supply more ammunition. And I've just got that feeling that it'll come from those players from the Gillingham team today.
OK, well, we'll have a closer look at some of Wigan's key players a little bit later in the programme. Let's hear from some of the supporters now. In a moment, the Wigan fans. First of all, the Gillingham supporters who are desperate to banish the ghosts of 12 months ago.
I hope so. I really hope so. After last year, we need to. Definitely. I reckon 3-1.
I think we're going to win today, definitely. It was bad enough last year, so if that was happening again today, no, definitely going to win.
Let's hope we can do it. We are confident, though, because there's a lot more fans than there is Wigan. We actually outnumber them 5-1. I hope we can do it. If it happens again, we're absolutely heartbroken, and I think we'll struggle next season if we don't go up now.
After last year, I think we deserve to go up, especially with the support we've got today. 50-odd thousand people here today. I think Wigan have only got 9,000.
Very difficult for us indeed. Gillingham, a real threat, but I'm pretty confident we'll do it. A bit close margin, of course. 1, maybe 2. Who knows? 3 goals.
We play the best we can. We'll win. We've got the quality players. We might not have the biggest crowd today, but we didn't last year and won, and I can see the same happening this time. Quality, we've got the players. I think we can do it.
I think we'll win 2-1. I think Stuart Barlow will come on and off the bench and score for the last few minutes of the game. Simple as that. Stuart Barlow will win the game for us.
Up front, we've not done it up to the last few games. We've not scored enough goals. It depends if Liddell and Barlow, if they hit it off, then we've a good chance in. But defensively, I don't see them scoring against us defensively. Very, very strong.
Two very passionate sets of supporters. As I've already mentioned, the Gillingham fans greatly outnumbering their Wigan counterparts today. 50,000 tickets sold in Kent. Quite extraordinary. And it just shows what could be achieved if they move into the top 2 divisions. But after the break, we're going to concentrate on Wigan and their key men. Another huge day of live sport coming up for you tomorrow. On Sky Sports 1 there is live Test cricket, live Super League, live Under-21 international football and live Championship boxing. Not bad, is it? Here on Sky Sports 2, live football, the First Division playoff final, Barnsley against Ipswich, and there's live Speedway from the Elite Speedway League. And on Sky Sports Extra tomorrow, there's interactive coverage of Barnsley against Ipswich and continued coverage of the Test match between the West Indies and Pakistan. Over 19 hours of live sport coming up with the pick of the action, that potentially classic showdown between Barnsley and Ipswich here at Wembley. Now, talking of the tight, Wigan's squad consists of 4 ex-Barnsley players, among them midfielder Neil Redford, who spent 7 years at the Yorkshire club, and Dutch defender Arjen de Zeeuw. That's all in the past now, and with Wembley on the horizon, we found the Ladix pair in reflective mood on the road to Wigan Pier this week.
One of the big influences in me joining the club was that I knew I played under John Benson at Barnsley, and I knew Harry was here and Lids and Darren Sheridan, played with Stuart Barmer and Nico at Charlton, so I knew majority of the lads, and I knew they were good players, so I knew I was coming into a good team.
And there'll be familiar faces at Barnsley at the weekend as well from Barnsley, because of course they're playing in Monday's final.
Yeah, I think they've had a fantastic season, Barnsley, and they've done ever so well, and they've done it properly. They've consolidated, and when they got relegated, and then they set a good manager on, and they've done well, and good luck to them.
It must have been a big decision moving to Wigan, because it was dropping down a division after you'd played in the Premiership together. I mean, did you have any reservations before you came here?
Yeah, I did, yeah. But when John Benson showed me around, and the chairman around the stadium, and show how much ambition they've got at this club, it wasn't too hard really, and I have to say they made me a good offer as well, that helps. So yeah, I'm glad I've moved here. It's been good so far, and hopefully get better on Sunday.
Now, you yourself have experienced a couple of relegations in the past 2 years, so it'll be a nice change for promotion.
Yeah, it's a different kettle of fish altogether for me. I've had to battle with relegation with the last 2 clubs I've played at, so obviously this is a nice change, and I'm enjoying it.
John Benson, of course, has said he'll be leaving at the end of the season. Do you think because of the financial backing Wigan has, it's now an attractive managerial job here?
I think definitely. I think if you look at the stadium, it's a Premier League setup and the training setup that we've got. I think the chairman's shown his ambition already, and I think obviously John Benson's carried the club forward even more. We're in a strong position now, for getting promotion. Obviously, if we didn't go up this time, I think we are one of the strongest sides in the second division, and we'll be a big club in the first division. So I think everything's geared to success, and obviously it'll attract a good name.
Has the manager concentrated on anything in terms of your game plan for Gillingham? You've played them twice already this season. They're obviously going to be very tough opponents.
Very, very big and strong side they are. We played them at home, and I thought we played really well against them. Away was one hard battle, and they were on top of us most of the game. So it could go either way, really. The main thing is, I think, if we can get the ball down a bit and play, we've got a chance. If we're going to try and sort of play with their strength, which is a lot of high balls, a lot of physical power, we're probably going to have a very tough game.
Two very tough campaigners. Of course, Nigel, you know all about Ariane from his days at Barnsley when he did a bit of coaching there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've watched him play a lot as well, Barnsley, and he did well for them. He was on a Bosman at the end of last season, and I think he was hoping that he would stay at Barnsley, but with the manager changing, I think it set things back a bit, and Wigan came in for him. He went there, doesn't really have to move house or anything, it's just down the road, but he's a good player. He's played in the Premiership, so they'll be relying on him today to keep the defence pushed up if they can. I mean, I know they played very deep, but to try and keep them organised at the back and bring the ball out when he can.
Neil Redfern is now at his 11th club. This is his first official Wembley appearance, though, so at the age of 34, a huge afternoon for him, Tony.
Yeah, he gets forward and scores goals, Neil, and he's very, very good in possession. As you've seen there, he will score goals. The important thing today for me is whether he'll be able to get forward enough to score those goals, because I've watched Wigan a few times, and they do play quite deep, and the distances from their centre-halves to support their forwards is going to be great. And as the game goes on, with the pitch being heavy, it's going to take a lot out of a player like Neil, and whether he can get and do those distances remains to be seen.
Wigan's record signing is Simon Howth, as Alan mentioned a bit earlier, £600,000 from Coventry. He was on standby for the Welsh against Brazil during the week. Didn't involve himself in that one, but what better than to score the winning goal in the second division playoff final?
Well, I know Simon's a Cardiff lad. He started at Cardiff and then went to Coventry, and then got sold on from Coventry. He does score goals for a big lad, and he looks ungainly. He's a tall, skinny lad. He will get loads of free kicks. He backs into people well. He gets free kicks, but you give him half a chance and he'll score goals. And he's a good worker as well. He's a good, honest worker.
And more responsibility on his shoulders because of the continuing injury to leading scorer Stuart Barlow, who is on the bench today. Well, it's a huge afternoon for the Wigan manager, John Benson. His last game in charge. He's now talking to Alan.
John, I'm sure you'd have liked to have gone up automatically, but for you in your final game, you couldn't have scripted this much better, could you?
No, it's gone out absolutely superb for me, really. Just hope we get the end product today.
How much are you looking forward to it as a club and as you as an individual?
I think the club, from the club's point of view, it's a magnificent achievement to get this far, and the expectation's been high all the way through the season, and you know, it's a dream come true for us to manage to get to the first division, because somewhere they've never been.
Is it also the case that, I mean, Wigan for so long a rugby league town, you're sort of making your mark as a football club coming to Wembley?
That's right. We came last year and things are going very well from the football club's point of view. We're making progress since the chairman took over. Every year we've made progress. The crowds are getting better and better. We've doubled our average attendance, so you know, it would be nice today if we could possibly get the result we want and go in the first division, and I think we'll double again.
Do you think it does help the fact you were here last year?
No, I don't think. No, I really don't think it does. At the end of the day, I think players are still as nervous today as they were last time they came here. And I think Gillingham will find exactly the same. I think everybody who comes to Wembley is nervous and tense.
Now, much has been made of the fact that Gillingham have got something like 50,000 fans out there. Do you worry about that? Do the players worry about it?
No, not really. I mean, we can't worry about it, is it? We're playing 11 players. We're not playing the supporters. I know supporters can play a big part in the game and get behind your team, and it gives it a little bit extra. But we had the same problem last year when we came here in the auto against Millwall, so we're quite used to it.
Thanks for talking to us, John.
Pleasure, thank you.
Yes, of course, Wigan have fond memories of Wembley. I've had also windscreen shield triumph. He's 57. A lot of people will be surprised to hear that this is going to be his last game as manager. Have you got any inside knowledge as to why he's perhaps going upstairs at the end of this season, Tony?
I haven't got a clue. The biggest surprise last year was Ray Mathias getting the sack. You know, Ray had taken Wigan to the auto windscreen final and won that, and narrowly got beat by Man City in the playoffs. So they had a fantastic season last season, and then he's ended up getting the sack. So I don't know what's happened there. I think John is a personal friend of Dave Whelan, and he's staying at the club. So you don't know, until you ask John what the real truth is. Then we're just surmising really. But no, he's done a terrific job. He's kept things going. and they'll be desperate to win today.
I suppose, Nigel, it just goes to show what an ambitious club Wigan Athletic have suddenly become.
Well, I think the chairman is very, very ambitious, Dave Whelan, and they've got a fantastic stadium there that I've been to. It's all set up to go to a higher level, but the thing is they need to win today to get to that higher level. But it's just a shame that they're not going to get the backing. They're never going to fill that stadium for football. It's a rugby area around there, and they've also got to compete with the likes of Burnley, Preston, the Liverpool clubs, the Manchester clubs around there, and really Wigan is a rugby town rather than a football town. It's great for these supporters to come down, 8,000 of them to watch the game, but to come to a game at Wembley you'd think, well, there'd be 30,000 here, but unfortunately for them, Gillingham have got about 50,000 here, they've only got 8, but that doesn't matter. Once you get out on that pitch, you just go out there and try and play the best you can and hopefully get the result for them. But in the dying stages, you never know that the support might just carry Gillingham through.
Well, those Wigan supporters are doing their very best to make themselves heard. But Gillingham dominates all around this famous old ground for the second year running. It took them 106 years to get here, and now they're back for the second time inside 12 months. And we can hear from their manager, Peter Taylor, is talking to Alan.
Peter, I know you weren't here last year, but is there a real feeling amongst the club that they can make up for the disappointment of a year ago?
Yes, I think so. I think the players are very relaxed, and I think they've learned from last year, and we're looking forward to it, and we're confident. But of course, we respect the opposition enough.
What's the approach been over the last 10 days or so?
Well, hopefully trying to keep it as relaxed as possible, and because you can get too serious about it too early, and there's still a long way to go. So we've got very serious the last couple of days, talking about the opposition, and hopefully improving on last year.
Was it difficult to pick the side up after the disappointment of the defeat at Wrexham on the final day?
Yes, I was glad actually the game wasn't 2 days or 3 days later. We had a week's break, and I think at the end of the week we was starting being like ourselves again, and so they were down. We knew that we had the opportunity of going straight up, but we blew it, but we've now got another chance.
You've touched on Wigan. What sort of game do you think we can expect today?
Well, I think it's anything like the league matches, it'll be a good football match. Both teams are good football sides, good experience in both sides, so Wembley won't be too big for them. So it should be a good match.
And on a personal level, how much are you looking forward to today?
Well, it's my first time here as a manager, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I just hope that we can get the right result.
Peter, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Of course, there's some speculation about his future. I wonder what will happen after this afternoon. I suppose a lot depends on whether they are a first division or a second division club. The sun is back out again. The atmosphere is building. Kickoff is, what, 12, 13 minutes away. It's gearing up for another very special occasion underneath the Twin Towers, and we have all the action live for you after the break. Welcome back to Wembley, which incredibly is bathed in sunshine just at the moment as we fast approach the second division playoff final between Gillingham and Wigan. Gillingham back for the second year running. Wigan here for the 4th time in all. Most recently, of course, they won the Order Windscreen Shield against Millwall last season. Had mixed fortunes on their previous appearances. In '85, they won the Freight Rover Trophy against Brentford. Look at that. And in '73, as a non-league side, they lost the FA Trophy final to Scarborough. Win or lose today? Well, a massive prize at stake. And for John Benson in particular, his last game as a manager, he's looking after the mascots at the moment, but he could go out a real hero this afternoon. Or, after 48 games, it could all end in tears. He's not a stranger to Wembley. He was assistant to John Bond when Manchester City played Tottenham in the 1981 FA Cup final, that classic final, of course, which went to the replay and Ricky Villa's goal. And Peter Taylor on the other side played once for England here in 1976 when they beat Northern Ireland 4-0. So they have memories of the place, but this is going to be their proudest moment. Of that there's absolutely no doubt. And of course, Tony, you were in their shoes exactly 12 months ago.
Well, looking at the players, they look really relaxed and up for it. And, like I say, they've had the experience of last year, so they've got that behind them. The Wigan lads might be just a little bit more apprehensive.
What were you like this time last year?
I just enjoyed it. It was an occasion that you try and enjoy and relax. But they'll come out now to a magnificent cheer.
This is the moment. The sun can be seen. The noise can be heard. Each step takes them that little bit closer, but another slight delay, teasing them
It's the nerves now, Marcus. It's just as you come up that tunnel and then all of a sudden the noise hits you. You just want, as a player, you just want to get on with the match. You just want to get out there and start kicking the ball around and taking the occasion and hopefully put on a good show. But it's that noise right at the top of the tunnel.
And of
just
course,
hits you.
most of the noise is going to belong to the Gillingham supporters. But this is it for them. Well, it's a familiar scene, but it's one you never grow tired of. Won't see it much longer, of course. Wembley coming down in October. Only one more playoff final to come underneath the Twin Towers after this. So it's an extra special occasion for the Gillingham supporters, a chance to make amends for last year. And appropriately, we do have May weather at long last, Nigel.
Let's hope it stays that way, Marcus.
Probably won't.
It probably won't. It'll be a showery day, but hopefully we get a lot more sunshine today than they did yesterday. It would be a good surface to ping the ball around on, Marcus. It should be a good open game. And let's hope for the supporters, you know, it's entertaining with a few goals.
Always intrigues me, Tony. Can you pick out your friends and relations in
No, I think Pete will be thinking about the game as well now. You know, once you get to this stage, you know, all thoughts now were, I'll always look into the stand. But my thoughts now were on the game and, you know, the game plan that we'd worked on for 10 days. You know, we were very fortunate. Aston Villa allowed us to have their training ground. We went away for 10 days, and you know, it's a terrific experience, this.
Well, of course, we have a few more official functions before the actual kick-off. Our chief guest today, by the way, is Philip Williamson, who's the Retail Operations Director for the Nationwide Building Society. He's about to be introduced to the two teams. And there's the experienced Andy Hessenthaler, whose crucial goal in the first leg of the semi-final against Stoke was oh so important in the end. He said last year that playing at Wembley was the crowning moment of his long career. He's now got a second opportunity. Adrian Pennant with the introductions. And we should be able to hear him introducing Messrs Williamson, Peter Middleton, who's the chairman of the Football League, and David Dent, who's the secretary of the Football League. Just about hear him introducing them anyway.
He's a terrific character. You know, he's got a great sense of humour. He's not the most noisiest around the place, but if there's any trouble, any mischief happening in the dressing room, Pennant's always behind it.
So he's managed to live down that own goal then?
Well, the pleasing thing about Adi as well, he's had a dreadful knee injury when he was at Bournemouth, and he's come back from that, and he's had a terrific career.
Stuart Barmer will do the Wigan introductions. Handshakes all round. They just want to get that whistle and get started, don't they?
They do. The adrenaline's flowing even in here, Marcus, so down there it'd be fantastic for these lads to get out there, just want to kick off and get on with the game, and for the managers as well, and get on with it.
Yeah, well, you know, this is a nervous moment now for managers. You know, you're hoping and praying that you've got everything planned, everything's in the right position, and that the players perform the way you know they can perform. Because as soon as that whistle goes and you cross that line, then it's just down to them.
Well, that's the Wigan chairman. He looks up for it at the moment. Huge moment for him, such an ambitious man. David Wheeler and likewise Paul Scally, who said last year it was the ultimate nightmare in the end for him. Well, he's back for more. Referees, by the way, Rob Stiles with Alan Sheffield and David Bryan. There they are. Big moment for the officials as well, of course. They and the players and the supporters will now pause for the national anthem. OK, guys, one-word answers. Who's going to win today? Tony?
Gillingham.
Nigel?
Close, but I think it'd be Gillingham.
You wouldn't get a one-word answer from you.
No. You said 2. Good 2.
We're about to find out. Our match commentators, Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, thankfully, at last it is now a sun-soaked Wembley for a match that really is too close to call. Both teams are unchanged from the second leg of the playoff semi-finals. 7 of Gillingham's starting 11 experienced the pain of last year's defeat by Manchester City, including 2 of the unsuccessful penalty takers, Adrian Pennock and Guy Butters. The third, Paul Smith, is again on the bench, despite coming on to score against Stoke. The absence of Smith, who's missed only a handful of games all season, must have been a difficult one for Peter Taylor to take, but Junior Lewis has done well in a midfield holding role, and over the course of the season, Andy Hessenthaler has shown a greater goal-scoring prowess.
I think you're right, Rob, without a doubt. This is a close one, isn't it? And I think a lot of neutrals might just be pulling for Gillingham after last year. But 3 at the back, Vince Bartram in goal, Pennock the captain, Butters to his left, Ashby to his right. 3 strong centre-backs here. Nicky Southall down the right. Now, he does love to bomb forward. Of the 2 wing-backs, he's the one who'll go. Edge, he likes to sit in tight and protect his back 3 centre-backs. Now in midfield, Hessenthaler for me is a bundle of energy. Lovely player, gets stuck in, gives it simple. But in Lewis, who amazingly was playing Ryman Premier League last season, good skills, big long leg, and Gooden as well. Lovely touch on the ball. And up front, power and pace. Onoro, he's a stronger one of the 2. Asaba, tall, elegant, but both have an abundance and pace.
24 hours before Barnsley's first ever visit to the Twin Towers, Wigan's presence here is like a gathering of the old Barnsleyans. Manager John Benson and coach Brendan O'Connell both served at Oakwell, as did 4 members of the starting 11, number 6 Ariane Dazoo, 22 Darren Sheridan, 32 Neil Redfern and 7 Andy Liddell. For his last game in charge, Benson sticks to the 11 that won the second leg of the playoff semi-final against Millwall, so Derek Stilley keeps his place in goal ahead of the Northern Ireland international Roy Carroll. Carroll hasn't played since last month's defeat at Gillingham after going down with appendicitis.
You're right, Rob, it is a big game for the ex-Don Derek Stilley in goals. But how nice would it be for John Benson, so long in football, his last as a manager. 3 at the back, the same for Wigan, McGibbon, Balmer and Dazoo. And there's tremendous experience here. Northern Ireland international, McGibbon, Balmer, ex-Celtic, only got a handful of appearances, and Dazoo with a Barnsley. Now they are going to be hard nuts to crack for me. Green down the right, Sharp down the left, but look at this for experience. Sheridan, Kilford, Redfern. Redfern, we know it's going to be some battle between him and Hessenthaler, but free kicks anywhere around the box, he'll be looking to smash them in. Sheridan, the playmaker, loves to get it to feet, gives it simple. Kilford, wealth of experience, and up front Liddell, player of the year alongside the impressive Welshman Simon Howarth.
57-year-old John Benson here as a manager for the first time, and thought on the Wembley walk about some of the managerial legends that he was following in the footsteps of, heroes of his like Bill Nicholson, Matt Busby and Bill Shankly. 2 modest managers on show. Peter Taylor, who's had good luck messages from former colleagues with England, Glenn Hoddle and Alan Shearer, both left messages for him yesterday. Feels he owes a great debt of gratitude to Glenn Hoddle for really reviving his career when he took him from Dover to be part of the England setup. Wigan owe a great debt of gratitude to Darren Sheridan, who got them here with his goal in the second leg of the semi-final match against Millwall. He's been here to watch his brother John score in a League Cup final, but of course it was John Sheridan's Oldham who twice beat Wigan this season and cost them automatic promotion. And what a frustrating season it's been for Carl Asaba, who scored in last year's playoff final, heartbreak, but didn't play again after that final until this year's FA Cup quarter-final against Chelsea in February, and he really has had to be nursed through the latter part of this campaign, during which he still contributed 6 goals. Well, we've had the whole range of weather here today. I can't believe how much it's transformed. There was a really vicious hailstorm 90 minutes before kickoff. It's the Gillingham huddle. They lost the toss to wear their normal colours, so they're all in yellow. Their normal away strip would be yellow tops and blue shorts, but they've
Got to wear yellow shorts as well today because Wigan are all in blue.
Tell you what, Rob, congratulations to the ground staff here. Amazing. What a job they've done. The torrential rain, and yet Wembley again. It will cut up, but it looks a picture.
Rob Stars is refereeing his first match at Wembley, but it is the great stadium's third match in as many days. So far we've seen Peterborough win the third division playoff final, England get a draw against Brazil, but the second division playoff final for the year 2000 in the Nationwide League is underway. And bear in mind that when Wigan played Gillingham back in December, Wigan scored in the first minute of the game through Alan McLaughlin, who's not playing today. Gillingham keen not to give them such an advantage this time.
I think it's important that Wigan start well, Rob. You know, they're heavily outnumbered supporter-wise.
Hessenthaler gets it across just beyond the Saba, and Derek Stilley will be relieved to get an early touch in the first half minute, and a comfortable one at that. Ball cleared by Guy Butters, who had the heartbreaking moment of missing the crucial kick against Manchester City last year, which was saved by Nicky Weaver and set the Manchester City goalkeeper off on a memorable celebration. But you can see from the side of the pitch just what impact the weather has had here today. Instead of a greyhound track, we could have a swimming pool around the side of the pitch.
I have to say, I agree with Tony Pulis at the start of the game, saying this midfield battle was the key, and he's dead right.
Andy Little tried to get it across, but it's blocked by Pennock.
I wonder if he'll be here tomorrow. Born in Ipswich, big Ipswich fan.
Certainly is planning to, and hopes that it'll be a weekend of double celebration if Gillingham and Ipswich can win their games. Sheridan here, headed away by Butters to Gooden, and that's cleared by Junior Lewis. Kilford. It's cleared by Lewis. And the pass back is by Dezeu.
Some fascinating battles, you know, you look at the back, Dezeu, Balmer, McGibbon, good, strong players, plenty of experience against the pace and class of Asaba and Anura.
Here's Liddell. Scott Green looking to line one up here for Darren Sheridan. And it was straight into the face of Lewis.
Tell you what, he hit that as well, he caught that. This might be a game, Rob, we're going to see a few goals. I know it's wishful thinking, but I've just got a feeling we're in for a treat today.
There was a memorable goal that John Sheridan scored for Sheffield Wednesday in that League Cup final against Manchester United, so it will be going some for Darren to match it.
He'd be looking to just dink balls into front players, loves it, he's always available looking for the ball, Sheridan. And Liddell will give them the movement up there.
Sheridan scored in Wigan's home win against Gillingham. Gillingham won their home match against Wigan just a month ago. And that is why it's so even. Just 2 points between them in the league, and both these teams have played at Wembley in the last 13 months. Wigan winning the Auto Windscreen Shield final here against Millwall, and Gillingham losing out, of course, on penalties to Manchester City. Here's Roland Edge, who was just a spectator here that day. And knocked on by Kilford. Andy Liddell getting it across towards Howarth.
It's a free header from Howarth, but was it a push? The referee had a look at it. I wonder if this ball hits the back of the net. Would he have given the free kick? Great ball from Liddell with his right foot. No, maybe a push on Pennock there. Referee lets it go.
Well, neither Liddell nor Howarth have scored in their last 8 matches, and that really is the problem that Wigan have had in the run-in. Quite a few of their goals have come from penalties. Neil Redfern contributing 3. Here's Howarth, Liddell, now Neil Redfern. This is Green. Howarth, the Welshman. Sharp. Ian Kilford. Cut out by Hessenthaler.
Well, I'd say it's advantage Wigan in the midfield battle at the moment.
Well, either way, history will be made here today. Neither of these clubs has previously played above the bottom 2 divisions. Dezeu to Sharp. Sharp, one of 5 survivors in the Wigan starting 11 from the team that won the Auto Windscreen Shield against Millwall, when, as today, their fans were vastly outnumbered by the opposition.
And they're making good noise as well, the Wigan fans.
It's reckoned that Gillingham ahead on support by around 5-1, sold close on 50,000. Wigan were looking to get up to the 10,000 mark.
Tell you what, Rob, you can bet your boots there won't be a spare seat tomorrow, I know that. Gold dust.
Here's Sheridan. Liddle. Howarth up ahead of it.
Great challenge from Lewis. Clearly got the ball for me. Remonstrating with referee Styles. I thought he got the ball. Long-legged Lewis. Maybe from behind, but look, that's not a foul, surely. But Liddle's busy. I just wonder will Redfern fancy one. Greasy surface. Goalkeeper Battram has to get this wall right. Mind you, Sheridan can bend them in as well, Rob.
Well, Liddle looks a favourite at the moment.
Referee just pushing them back in full 10.
Andy Liddle. The ball to Sheridan. Disappointing kick in the end. This is De Zeo.
We call it daisy cut.
Edge just getting in front of Green. This is McGibbon. Did he use his arm? Seemed to lean into it, but the referee said no.
The Gillingham fans a bit upset with a couple of early decisions from the referee Styles.
Green. Oh, Sheridan wasn't expecting it to reach him. He thought Hessenthaler would cut it out, and Hessenthaler did well to get there. This is Asaba. Green. Redfern.
Sheridan on the ball again. Always, he's the playmaker. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Demanding it.
Liddle. Cut out by Adrian Pinnock.
Liddle's bombing about everywhere, Rob. Howarth's the central. He's the target man. He's going outside left, inside right, all over the place, Andy Liddle. Coming deep.
John Benson, last game in charge of the Wigan team. Just one season at the helm, so they'll be looking for their third manager in as many seasons in the summer. Ray Mathias' predecessor lasted only 1 year, sacked after they'd failed in the semi-finals of the playoffs, and they were beaten by Manchester City last season. Hessenthaler.
He's going to have to dig in there, Hessenthaler. There's a hard-working Wigan midfield. I think Gooden and Lewis are playmakers, the light touches of the ball. Hessenthaler's the worker.
Edge. Well, the surface caught him out then and has allowed Green to emerge with it and get in behind him. This is Liddle. Using the width provided by Kevin Sharp. In towards Howarth. Pinnock got a touch. And Edge gets it away. Here's McGibbon. Green.
She's looking for Howarth. Howarth looks a little bit, well, not leg heavy, but he's more of a target man. When it's wide, Rob, he's in the box there. But Green was saying, come off, come to me. Let me give you your feet.
Butters looking for Asaba. This is Hessenthaler. Peter Taylor has had to reconstruct the forward line for much of this season, for which he was without Carl Asaba, and then of course Robert Taylor was sold. They were the front two who did so much for Gillingham last year, including here at Wembley. Green, and it's Howarth looking to get in between the two defenders, Ashby and Pinnock.
What a ball that was. That was a great ball from Green. Liddell drifted out wide and suddenly Howarth got through the middle. Great ball.
Here is Asaba. He's struggled through the latter part of the campaign with a knee injury, and that was a good tackle on him. Hessenthaler, Nicky Southall, Lewis. Lewis, who's played that midfield holding role so well since his move to the club from Hendon. Asaba.
Asaba on the left foot there. The guy, the holding player, Rob, you just mentioned him there, incredibly. I watched him play for Hendon versus Slough Town last season. And he can play up front as well. He's a flexible type player. Lovely touch on the ball.
We got the winner in the home league match against Wigan last month. This is the 11th Wembley final in this division. It's generally favoured the northern sides. Peterborough the closest you get to a successful southern side in this final. Here's Barmer. Kilford. Butters.
Well, Rob, I look at the two sets of strikers, and I have to just give the advantage to Gillingham in terms of who I fancy to score, you know.
Butters here looking for Asaba.
Asaba, when he's on his game, he's, you'll get people always say about him, he should be playing higher. He's up against three good centre-halves for Wigan.
His career was rescued by Gillingham after it had gone a little off the rails at Reading, Carl Asaba. Here's Roland Edge. In towards Honora. Cleared by DeZeo. Kilford.
I think John Benson was too happy that the time Edge had there to put that ball in the box. They just sat back off him. That's dangerous.
Liddell. Redfern. Now Nicky Southall. Hessenthaler. Ty Gooden. This is Anura.
Right through the middle, Rob. That's where the pitch is at its slippiest. It's heavy, well, not heavy. There's a lot of loose grass right just in front of the 18-yard box down the middle to the halfway line, especially on this left-hand end.
Don't be fooled by the fact that it's brilliant sunshine now. We've had real persistent rain and hail all morning in the build-up to this game. No foul there on Honora by McGibbon, said the referee. Will something come of this for Wigan? Here's Howarth.
They just struggle a little bit up front, Wigan. When they get the ball, there's two against, sometimes 4 and 5 back there for Gillingham. And Howarth try to find Liddell, misplaced pass. They need a couple of runs from midfield.
Too far. Didn't have a successful phase of this season, Wigan, where they were playing with 3 up front. Stuart Barlow joining Howarth and Liddell up there. Barlow has been injured in recent weeks, but they do have him on the bench as an option.
Oof, what a challenge.
Laura on Sheridan.
Oh dear. Sparks were flying now.
Sheridan. He's managed to locate Sharp. This is DeZeo.
Gillingham doing well here, Rob. They're retreating behind the ball in numbers.
Palmer here looking for a piercing ball to pick out Liddell. Going for the throw-in.
I think Liddell needs a bit of help from the likes of Redfern to get forward, and Kilford. Sheridan's the one who's getting the ball, trying to play the passes forward. Well, look at the midfield. We said that was the key area, and rightly so. And I think Wigan early on were better, but suddenly Gillingham now getting plenty of ball. But This little fella coming deep, looking to hit the front players, but needs somebody to spark off the front players. Redfern, as the game goes on, will take chances.
Sharp. There's Nicky Southall. Challenge was by Farmer. Referee's let as much go as he can, but he's penalised that one, and hence the ironic cheers.
Well, Anura's a big, strong lad, isn't he? He's looking for the ball into feet, and he's had a couple of, well, fairish challenges this time, I think. The referee was correct, free kick. We're just letting them know they're there, eh? You're not going to have it all your own way, Iffy.
Hessenthaler over the kick. Played in towards Anura, and the goalkeeper didn't really get the best of punches on it. He was confused by the fact that there was a defender in the way.
I think Howarth was back there, Rob. Stilly and Howarth. I don't think there was any talking, but still he was shouting. I think the big centre forward guessing his way here, and this could have been dangerous. See Howarth back there defending, he's the one who heads it.
Eric Stilly preferred to Roy Carroll. He's had a late run in the team, the Scotsman. That Aberdeen would wish they'd still had in their ranks after what happened to poor old Jim Leighton yesterday in the cup final.
Yeah, what a way to bow out for Jim Leighton. I just wonder, could that happen to John Benson today?
By Green. Howell's flick. Little. Benson.
This time Redfern's trying to get forward now. Certainly the word's got on the pitch that the likes of Little can't keep this movement going for 90 minutes. He's all over the place at the moment, Little up there. Making great runs, leaving Howarth right through the middle, but he does need help.
Little's great work rate has certainly been recognised by the supporters who made him their player of the year. But the partnership really hasn't sparkled in terms of goals of late. Little has got just 3 in his last 21 games, Howarth just 4 in his last 24, and John Benson really needs them to produce something today. Nora. Now Howarth. This is Butters. Well, it's as tight and as tense as we expected it to be, and as the form book and the league generally this season showed us it would be.
Tell McGibbon's doing well. He's really all over Anura at the moment, McGibbon.
Sharp. Well, beyond the reach of both Little and Howarth, allowing Edge the opportunity to clear.
That's the problem defenders have today, you know, it really is greasy. A greasy surface after that constant non-stop barrage of rain and the hailstones coming down. You think it was December. It's gone grey and dark again around Wembley.
Leaden skies again. More rain to come, perhaps. The team's delighted, I'm sure, to be at Wembley, although they feel, in a sense, they shouldn't have had to go through the playoff system. Wigan, after that remarkable start when they were unbeaten in their first 24 games, and Gillingham, who were in pole position for automatic promotion on the last day of the season, and blew it with the defeat at Wrexham, allowing Burnley in on the last day. What a Northwest representation there would be in Division 1 if Wigan were to join Burnley and Preston in ascending from this division. Here's Howarth. He's gone for the goal kick. Through and Stockport, Tranmere. Wigan and Blackburn will all be up there. John Benson won't be in charge for such derby matches, but Dave Whelan, I'm sure, would look forward to contests with Blackburn in the First Division. Played here, of course, for them in the FA Cup final 40 years ago, and broke his leg in that game just before half-time, the defeat by Wolves. He finished his career at Crewe, which is another potential Northwest derby for Wigan next season, if they make it.
Blow that was, Rob, eh? Breaking his leg as early as that and going on to be worth, what, 300 million?
Some comeback.
Must admit, I broke my leg when I was young, but it didn't happen to me.
Southall, now Andy Hessenthaler, good challenge by Redfern. Palmer. This is Sharp. Now to Zeu. Number 4, Pat McGibbon. Sheridan. Little.
Gillingham just quite content to let Sheridan have it there because they feel they've got enough behind the ball.
And now Sharp has been put away by Howarth. Little's in the box.
That's the problem, Rob. That's the problem they have. That's a great ball down the left-hand side from Sharp. Someone's got to gamble and get in there with Liddle.
Ty Gooden. Now Hessenthaler. Tries to take on Gazeo. Checked by him and angry about it, reacts.
Oh, Hessenthaler's got to be careful as well, Rob. No, he's raised his hands here, okay. He sort of thumped him in the back here, Dazoo. It's a blatant block, isn't it? He just stands his ground. Hessenthaler bounces up and he whacks him in the back. He, you know, a lot of refs would just produce a yellow for that.
Hessenthaler got on with the free kick before the wall, it seemed, had retreated. Saba.
Garen Dazoo, you know, he's not a tough player, is he? He's not a tough player. He just stood his ground there. Hessenthaler bounced off him. He's, you know, never in his Barnes' days. He was never nasty, was he?
Southall, the best ball to him, but Southall managed to dig it out well for Anora.
Good advantage from the ref as well. Sharp was late for the challenge.
He played for the corner, but it's hit him last, according to the ref.
Sharp a little bit late there, but a few moments ago, I think it's a great ball. Look, uses his 1-2, his pace. Suddenly only Liddle's in there. I know it's difficult to get in the back post, but someone like Redfern or Kilford, for that matter, can just get in alongside Liddle. They might just steal something.
Well, Peter Taylor wants to see more from his team in the attacking third.
Definitely a bit of a little grumps there, Pete, hasn't he? So tense, so tight.
I think one of the biggest problems for any team in the playoffs is the length of time between the semi-finals, when you're on a high after reaching Wembley, and the actual playing of the match. 11 days between those two events to kill some of that time. Gillingham have actually been away together to Bournemouth for a few days to prepare away from the hype around the town.
And you, Rob, when you walk out that tunnel and the noise hits you, the fireworks go off, the adrenaline's racing.
Cleared by Ashby. Sharp. Amazing, isn't it, that it takes Wembley to unlock the potential of football in Gillingham, where they get average gates of 7,000, and yet when they come here, they can suddenly find 50,000.
Mind you, it's the Wigan fans at the moment are making the noise.
It is incredible, Rob, as you say, 7,050 here. Mass potential.
They're rebuilding their current stadium with plans to move to a new development. Butters. Here's Barry Ashby, who, like Kawasawa, was a loser here with Brentford as well as with Gillingham in a playoff final. Here is Asaba. Now Gooden takes over. Southall. Zayu with a clearing header. This is Redfern. Green coming in to tidy up. And this is Liddell with Howarth up to his left. Gillingham though with plenty back. Howarth. Oh well, Bartram looked a little unsure.
First test for Bartram. Liddell again finding the space. There's three centre-backs against him though. Howarth just peels away to his left. Takes a touch inside on the right peg. Tries to bend at the far post, but straight at Bartram.
Bartram might just have one or two misgivings about the area of ground just in front of him, and was slightly concerned about an awkward bounce catching him out.
I don't think there's enough pace on the ball, Rob, to really worry him.
Home game against Wigan, one of few that Bartram has missed this season. One of only 3 league games in which he was absent, and the reason was he got stuck in traffic on the M25 and never made it to the ground. Here's Ashby. Liddell. He's gone for the strike! Oh. What an ambitious one, but how close was that? Off the top of the bar.
Without a doubt, that hits the crossbar. Absolutely. But Rob, what's important is Kilford gets forward, presses the ball. Suddenly Liddell finds himself space. Bartram's beaten off the top of the bar. What a strike from Liddell. And this fella for me has been the most impressive Wigan player so far in this match. 26 minutes gone, Liddell, blockbuster, right foot, off the top of the bar. Let off for Gillingham.
Encouragement for John Benson, whose team have got a little bogged down in trying to create openings. Liddell has been involved more as a creator than as a finisher, but decided to have a pop, and it very nearly yielded dividends for him. Good work here from Sharp. Green was in the box, but it was just beyond his reach.
Sharp's doing well. Both wing-backs this time getting forward. Green suddenly fancies chances. Sharp down the left-hand side. Twice he's now gotten good positions. There's nothing wrong with that. When you're left, your left-sided wing-backs up there, Rob, you can take a chance. Green suddenly sneaking in late, Scott Green.
Lewis, now Saba. Sharp first lit against Southall, but this is Anora. McGibbon. Hessenthaler's throw. Edge.
He's unlucky. Nice little interplay there.
Edge, who was born in Gillingham and a product of the youth system there. Redfern. All of his experience, this is only Neil Redfern's second appearance at Wembley, played in the Mercantile Centenary tournament for Crystal Palace. Very even in terms of possession, Alan.
Very much so. Very much so. It's that crucial opening goal we're waiting for.
Roland Edge looking to provide it. Cleared by Barmer. Green just holding him off. Hessenthaler. Sheridan only hits it against Andy Hessenthaler, who moves on. And
influential player, isn't he, Heston Tyler? Sometimes defies his age.
Heston Tyler, who played such a big part in getting Gillingham here, his goal in the first leg of the semi-final against Stoke, the real turning point of the tie. Howarth was the player fouled.
No, for me, no need there for Butters to be close in and Howarth. He's got nothing on. Just letting him out of jail for me.
Peter Taylor has seen things that need some work during the half-time break. We're 15 minutes from that, and still nothing to choose between the teams, although little has gone closest to scoring.
And the sun shines yet again on Wembley. We're getting the Four Seasons here. He's trying to bend his run, Andy Liddell. He's all over the place, isn't he? Playing down both flanks. You see the line of the grass, it's very tight, isn't it? Ooh, when the ball's played.
Lewis.
You might see a little bit more Rob of Anura and Asaba going the other way. They're all coming deep, looking for the ball. They've got to try and get in behind the three big centre-half, Dazoo, Balmer, McGibbon.
Edge. It's McGibbon. Andy Hessenthaler. He's got away from Balmer. And a shot straight at Stilley.
Great strike against Stoke, don't you? What a strike. This time on his right foot again, comes inside, right central position, but straight down Stilley's neck. Straight arm. Slava just arms up against Azui.
Watching Andy Liddell closely. It's Howarth who gets to it. Sharp. Hessenthaler. This is Balmer. Zeu. Back from Balmer to Derek Stilley, who's kept clean sheets in a third of the games he's played, 18 in total this season for Wigan.
Wigan defensively have been excellent this season.
Only Preston, the champions, conceded more in the league, and only one goal between those two. In fact, they didn't lose too many games during the campaign at all, Wigan, but drew far too many. 17 in total in the league. Howarth playing it through towards Andy Liddell. Cleared by Gooden. This is Anora. Southall, in comes Kilford. Sharp.
I think, Rob, I've been looking at the game, what, 33 minutes old. I think Wigan are going to have to play their way around the Gillingham defence, whereas I keep thinking of the pace that Gillingham have. Peter Taylor's side up front might just be the key. They're a little bit pacier up front.
Played across by Liddell towards Howarth, and Kilford is not up with it to get on the end of it.
Just once or twice there's a hint of the two central midfield players now trying to push in the box, Rob, looking for little knockdowns like that, lucky breaks.
Pennock. Santala. Butters. Helped on by Hessenthaler to Anura.
So that's an intelligent ball for me, you know, you need your strikers to be on the toes there.
Junior Lewis, edge getting forward, but McGibbon should have it covered. Green. Zeu.
Good play, a lot of experience back there for Wigan.
Hessenthaler here has beaten Kilford to it and spreads it to Asaba, who's got Anura waiting in the middle.
And he's managed to force it over, has he? Yes, he has.
Tell you what, Rob, the linesman's flag went up immediately, and I think that's an own goal from McGibbon. Anura, you can tell by his reaction, I think it's an OG from McGibbon. McGibbon's played so well. The two of them were battling hard for the cross from Asaba. I think everyone thought Asaba was going to strike on goal, but I'm sure this comes off by the big Northern Irishman. It's a great ball here. Hessenthaler frees Asaba. McGibbon's the wrong side of Anura here. Does he get in there first? Agonisingly under Silly's leg, just crossing the line there. It's a good spot from the linesman. Balmer can't keep it out, but Asaba hits it across. Intelligent ball, and that looks to me like an own goal. Still he can't believe it. Defender can't clear off the line, and Gillingham take the lead. Asaba, everyone expected a strike. It's through Balmer's leg. Dezou's getting back there now. Can he keep it from crossing the line? The answer, no. And Peter Taylor looks and looks. Now he realises the referee has given the goal. 1-0 Gillingham.
Well, Anura was trying to force it through the legs of McGibbon, who quite got the last contact with it is still absolutely unclear. McGibbon, I'm sure, will be keen to pass it off on to Ife Anura. But the Gillingham fans here don't really care who is going to be credited with it, because the fact of the matter is that Gillingham have got the lead.
So Asaba's ball was brilliant. I honestly thought he was going to hit this. And suddenly through the legs of Balmer. I wasn't sure if it was Balmer or Dezou was scrambling back. There was Dezou, the Dutchman, who couldn't keep it from crossing the line. Probably just over the line. But that's what the game needed. Agonising for the goalkeeper. Can Wigan hit back? Will Redfern? Liddell tried one earlier, didn't he? I just wonder if Redfern's in the mood, or maybe Sheridan. Redfern can't hit them.
It's left for Redfern.
He's not seen a lot of the ball so far, Redfern, Rob, and certainly when you're not getting it a lot, maybe you don't fancy it. Just leans back slightly, hits it well enough, keeper's got it covered. Now, Asaba through the legs of Balmer. Who gets the touch? I think that's off the defender, me. Agonising for the keeper and Aaron Dezou. That looks an OG for me off McGibbon. I know it's harsh. It's difficult if you're a defender there, but you can see McGibbon gets back in front of Anura. That's an OG.
Lewis. And McGibbon.
Now McGibbon's been caught. Saba just caught him there. He's bounced his feet now, looking at the linesman, McGibbon. And he's played really well. What a shame. Not a lot he could have done about it.
Green. Sheridan. This is Balmer. Dezou. Sheridan.
Now Wigan have to gamble a little bit, Rob. They don't have to go crazy, but surely when it's wide they have to get more bodies in the box.
Redfern. This is Sharp. He's provided a potent threat with his crosses. Southall looking to stop him getting one in there, but it's Sheridan who does. And it's Bartram who takes it.
Bartram who played so well against City. Is this going to be a different outcome today?
Southall. Kilford. Sheridan. And it's Gooden who emerges from that series of challenges with it. And Sheridan who stops it. Kilford. And he got caught by Hessenthaler in Kilford.
There's a few 50-50s flying about there, wasn't he? He just gets a toe to it. And to be honest, Hessenthaler doesn't touch him.
Nora. Palmer looking for Howarth. Well, John Benson knows that the reaction of his team to that setback will be crucial now. And if they can get to half-time with only that goal between them, maybe he'll be able to provide some motivating words to pick their heads up. Hessenthaler. There's Nicky Southall. Nora. Asaba. And away goes Roland Edge.
Well, Green committed himself, had to get there. Furious with one of his teammates. Suddenly, Anura and Asaba now, Rob, beginning to look threatening. Hessenthaler, he's the man who's behind it all. Release Asaba across the goal, Anura. And the unfortunate McGibbon going for the same ball, but this little fella's involved in all the Gillingham play.
This is Edge, Nora. Sharp. To Hessenthaler. Nora again, giving a real slog down the centre as the pitch cuts up.
Anura with strength and his bulk is worrying Wigan centre-backs. You know, they're enticed to get in there, keeping tight to him. In the end, they're giving just one or two little free kicks away. It's a central position, a little bit further out though. Just wonder if Asaba, he's come right out of the attacking line to have a look at this. I wonder if it's within his range. It's got to be a good 35 yards out, this one.
Sheridan is being pulled out of the wall. Saba has lodged himself in there. The referee's in full control, just a little chat. And Sheridan's here. It's Nicky Southall.
It's ambitious, wasn't it? Not just that it was so far out, Rob. It's very slippy around there to get your balance just before you strike the ball. And Southall slipped.
you look at Wigan now, Rob, one down, where's the threat coming from? One strike, well outside the box, hit the top of the crossbar from Liddell, but when they've crossed the ball in the box, not enough blue shirts in there for them. I'll say it again, up front, I think Gillingham certainly have the edge.
Sheridan. Farmer. Redfern. Off from Kilford to Howarth. 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half for Wigan to try and find that equaliser.
Just looking up front there, John Benson clearly not happy. Howarth looks to me as if he's labouring a bit. I don't know if he's holding an injury or just that's his style, but he doesn't look to be moving freely enough for me. I know he's a big lad, but he's got to show a little bit more urgency.
Flagged offside.
And Peter Taylor just saying, come on ref, blow the whistle for half time, sit my players down. Wasn't happy at the start of the match, was he? Being covered by Ashby. Three centre-backs back there for Gillingham doing well. Kilford now is trying to get forward more. Ashby always in control at half-time.
So Gillingham have the upper hand after a close first half, and the despair of Pat McGibbon separates the two teams after he inadvertently deflected in a ball from Asaba under pressure from Ife Anora. Breakthrough came in the 37th minute, when Asaba drove in a teasing ball, testing ball, and McGibbon, facing his own goalkeeper, got a touch to it, and despite the efforts of Dazeo to clear, those efforts were in vain. Anora and Gillingham celebrated after Wigan had had the best threat before that with an Andy Liddell effort that had hit the crossbar. It's still fairly close, but Gillingham in the driving seat, leading Wigan 1-0 at half-time.
Of course, we're back here at Wembley tomorrow afternoon for the really big one, the First Division playoff final. Barnsley and Ipswich, it's an absolute sellout, and we're live from 2 o'clock on Sky Sports 2 and Sky Sports Extra. Half-time here at Wembley this afternoon in the Second Division playoff final. One goal separates the two teams. Gillingham are 45 minutes away from First Division football for the first time ever. Mind you, they were that much closer 12 months ago, and we all know what happened. Slightly messy first 45. The messy goal separating the teams. Most of the action in the middle third, and possession just about dead level as well. The former Gillingham manager Tony Pulis is alongside Nigel Spatman this afternoon. We thought it was going to be tight, Tony, and it certainly has been so far, hasn't it?
A lot of the players being in midfield. I think both back threes have dropped right off, so there's not the space to play in behind. Actually, the goal comes from Cal pulling off and Essie playing a ball at the sides. And I think second half, if we're going to get into the game, then they've got to get balls up to Ayworth and Liddell's feet. And I think Liddell has been outstanding. He's been terrific. And then, you know, push the wing backs on and get more crosses in, because they ain't going to get the size of Gillingham, not a chance. So they've got to get the ball wide. And if Gillingham are going to drop off deep, the ball's got to go wide and they've got to get crosses in. Yeah. But then what will happen then is them pushing on, they'll leave more space for Iffy and Cal. So it's the, for me as a manager, it's the ideal situation with two quick ones up there. You can drop off and defend that and hit them on the break. So I think the second half will be a better half than what we've just seen.
Of course, the big question mark, was it an own goal, or is Ife Onura right to claim it as he has, as he went off at half-time? Of course, Nigel, you love to give own goals whenever you can. Let's first of all just clear up whether the ball went over the line. It's Hesson-Tyler inevitably involved. Asaba's cross. I think we're all in agreement that the ball does go over the line, aren't we?
Yeah, that's over the line.
OK, so definitely a goal.
It's a goal.
But who gets the final touch?
We can't see from that angle, but Hesson-Tyler's ball, good pull away from Carlos Saba, and he just hits it hard and low across. Ife Onura coming in with McGibbon. I think they're both going to touch to that, but I think the last one is actually off the defender.
I knew you'd want to give it to McGibbon.
I don't want to give it to the defender. I think the striker, Onura, gets in there where he's supposed to get in.
Tony?
I'll disagree with Nigel on that one. That's Ife's goal. I think if he ain't following in and getting across the defender here, the defender clears it, there ain't a problem. That's Onura's goal for me.
Yeah, I mean, McGibbon doesn't want to have an own goal credited
No,
to him,
that's what I
so
said,
give
Mark.
it to Onura, Nigel.
I said, yeah, but I said they're both going to touch, but I think the last touch is actually off McGibbon. But I think Onura gets in there where it hurts. But the goalkeeper here, he's going across the goal, and I think it actually goes under his leg, Marcus. Steely, he's going to his right, can't get his leg to the ball, goes underneath his leg, but it definitely goes under.
Can we see from this angle again? It's so difficult, isn't it?
It is difficult, but I think, you know, a striker's going to claim that anyway, but I think it's a bit iffy.
Iffy goal, but if he's claiming it, I think if he's
I think just the movement, you know, the ball from Hesson-Tyler to Asaba, where Asaba's pulled off the centre half, and the crossing, and if he's making that run, that gamble across the defender, I think he's done enough there to claim the goal.
Yeah. Andy Liddell has been the outstanding player for Wigan in the first 45. He had one tremendous effort which just skimmed the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, nobody came to close him down. He sees the goals, good strike. I think Vince might have had that covered actually. If that was just a little bit lower, I think he would have saved that, pushed it over the bar. But it just clips the top of the bar there. But I think the thing is for Wigan is they got in wide positions. The ball's come in, but not enough people got into the box and tried to score goals. Take a chance, get in there. Redfern hasn't got in there. Sharp's got in down the left-hand side. Liddell in this position here, and people haven't taken a chance and got in there.
This is a great chance. This is really early in the game, and it's a terrific chance. Hayward should do better than that.
And then Sharp got down the left. Just a word about Howard. Alan's been mentioning during commentary that he thinks perhaps he's not fully fit. Is there a problem for him, do you think?
Well, he's looked a little bit laboured, but that's the way he plays at times, and you know, he's always liable to score a goal. I personally wouldn't be surprised if Barlow comes on, and whether they play with Barlow, Liddell and Hayworth and have a front three. So it'll be interesting to see what John thinks about it at half-time.
Of course, Barlow scored 20 goals in his first 24 games of the season. I'm sure we're going to see him in the second half. At half-time, though, the Gills are in the box seat. Huge week of live international football coming up for you here on Sky Sports. The Under-21 European Championship, England taking on Turkey and Slovakia. The Republic of Ireland are in action against Scotland and Mexico, and England take on the Ukraine and Malta. So 7 live games coming up for you next week right here on Sky Sports. Half-time in the second division playoff final at Wembley. It's 1-0 to Gillingham. We're still arguing about whether or not it was an own goal. We'll have another look at the end of the game. No arguing about the scoreline. 1-0 to the Gills as we rejoin Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
And each team will be attacking towards their own fans in the second half. Wigan will get the second half underway with Stuart Barlow still on the bench in the background there. But I wonder how long it will be before he gets the call to arms. 22 goals this season. He's missed the last 13 games after needing surgery on an ankle injury. But Wigan were very successful when they played with him and Howarth and Liddell up front. And they've certainly lacked potency so far. And I wonder just how long John Benson is prepared to leave it before he does make a change.
I'd like to see the two guys who kicked off, Rob, getting in the box more. Kilford and Redfern.
It's Darren Sheridan, who did get a goal in the semi-final against Millwall.
Oh, that's a yellow.
It's Scott Green who's committed the offence.
He may be lucky because Mr. Styles he likes to have a chat in players' ears, but that looked a little bit nasty to me. Just going over to the chat with Scott Green.
It's ironic actually, because when Rob Stiles first got on the Football League refereeing list, he had a reputation for being overzealous with producing cards, but he's cooled down a lot since then and has emerged as one of the top referees in the league. Edge There's McGibbon, who has officially been credited as having an own goal. So Nicky Nora will argue about being credited with it, but officially the Football League will put that down as a Pat McGibbon own goal.
Well, you don't like to give defenders OGs, but the more I've seen it, Rob, I thought it was a cert OG. I think it came off the defender's knee.
Here's Redfern. Howarth. Back from Sharp. Seeking to follow the example of Tranmere, who are the only beaten Wembley finalists in one season to come back and win it the next in this division. Third crack at the playoffs, and they've twice been beaten in finals. One of them before the finals was staged at Wembley. Here's Kevin Sharp.
Neil Redfern's certainly frustrated, isn't he? He's hardly been in the match. But this fella, I think, played well, especially early on in the first half. But he couldn't do much about this. He's tracking the run of Anura. And I just think it hits him there. He can't do much about it. Anura's right behind him. Maybe the keeper can do slightly better. And Dezou just can't keep it from crossing that white line.
Got the goal that secured Wigan their promotion from Division 3 against Colchester. So how ironic it would be now if it's his own goal that has cost Wigan the second promotion.
At one stage he was the wrong side of Anura, but he got himself back in there well. You have to say it was a smashing ball from Asaba. Pace on it, right across the goal.
Promoted as Division 3 champions back in 1997. This kick by Pinnock, cleared by Southall.
Immediately there, Rob, the ball was wide. Redfern and Kilford both in and around the box. That's what Wigan need to get back in this match.
Gillingham came up from Division 3 the year before Wigan were promoted. A real tussle there between Asaba and Pat McGibbon. And McGibbon gets the referee's verdict.
Well, there was a tussle. You see Asaba's got pace, McGibbon's in the right place, but look, their arms are linked. And that final shove from Asaba forces Mr. Stiles to get the free kick.
And the rain has started again and is becoming torrential.
I think Barlow's a Celtic come on, Rob. I really do for Wigan. I think they need pace up there. That's just unbelievable, isn't it? It's absolutely battering all around us in the roof here.
Here's Asaba. And from Gooden to Edge.
I just wonder what it's going to do at the pitch, Rob, for tomorrow's big game.
Barmer. Redfern. Away by Butters. This is Asaba.
A little bit naughty from McGibbon. I think he's just heard the Football League have given the OG. Sliding in here, miles away from it. Look, Asaba just takes a touch, clips him the back of the heels. And another ticking off.
Northern Ireland international Pat McGibbon won 5 of his caps while at Manchester United. He didn't play as many games for United as he did for Northern Ireland. Was picked just once for the senior team in a League Cup match. And Sharp. Sheridan. Redfern. been the happiest afternoon for Neil Redfern so far.
No, it's not. But when he comes on to things around the box, Rob, he does explode. But he's got to start gambling now. Help his two strikers getting in there.
Here's Asaba. Andy Hessenthaler. Anura and Asaba both waiting in the middle. Anura wrestling to get there.
It's a good battle between McGibbon and Anura. A real good battle. Anura is strong, stocky, isn't he? McGibbon holding him tight, keeping tight to him. It's Anura who just gets his head there. If that's inside the post, keeper's in trouble. Lovely play again from Hessenthaler. Just wide of Stilly.
Here's Green. And now Redfern starting to get more involved. And will it break here for Howarth? Well, he dwelt on the shot and it was blocked in the end by Pennock.
It's better, at least Wigan have got bodies in the box now when it goes wide.
Zeu, it's Howarth again. Oh, that's a beauty! An absolute peach of a goal to draw Wigan level.
Well, I tell you what, Rob, I was giving him a bit of stick first half, but the finish is superb. What a finish this is, and doesn't the chairman like it? Magnificent composure and touch, and Wigan are back in it. Suddenly Wigan, the gambling, the blue shirts are getting in the box. Two things about this goal: the first touch and the finish. Beautiful. Kilford's in there. He could have done maybe a little bit better. It's a good block from Pennock, and suddenly when the ball comes wide again, watch his first touch here. Brilliant for me. Good build-up, composed. Howarth just lurking. This touch is brilliant, but with his right foot, that is special. Very, very special. The touch with the left foot, the finish with the right. No goalkeeper gets that one. That is a cracker. Just feeling for the far corner. Might have taken a little touch off Ashby. Into the far corner. And John Benson knows that's why he's 20 goals this season for Howarth. Great finish, 1-1.
Well, he's had a lean time of late, Simon Howarth. He hadn't scored in his previous 8, but that was a goal worthy of a higher division that may help to take Wigan into a higher division. Still plenty of work to be done yet, though.
A cracker, game on.
Green. Redfern. Now Howarth. Wigan suddenly bubbling over with confidence again. And the header away is by Ashby. Redfern. Back in from Liddell. Again, Howarth is in there. Look at the knockdown was Redfern, but it's Butters who clears. Kilford. And the clearance by Ashby. Sheridan. Anura. It's Gooden. He's got Asaba up to his left.
Yeah, but they've got Bobo there, right in the middle of the pitch there. It's cut up. And now we've got an end-to-end match in prospect.
And as the pitch gets heavier, the stamina of players weary from busy seasons is going to be tested to the limit.
What a goal, great finish. 20 goals this year. Struggled early in the game, but that touch, it bounces up from him, and with the right foot, just lobs it in the far corner. Beautiful. Ashby gets close to him, doesn't just clip him. With the right foot, maybe a slight touch. Past Bartram, bottom corner. Fantastic finish, 1-1.
You're not going to tell me that one's going down as an own goal.
Oh, no. That was class, great, Welsh class.
Well, John Benson can feel a bit more relaxed now, but there is still a lot of hard work ahead as the pitch cuts up. And Gillingham desperate to avoid the heartbreak of defeat at Wembley for the second year running after taking the lead. But Wigan certainly have the whip hand, it would seem now. Gooden breaks it up. Here's Hessenthaler. And away goes Ashby, who suddenly finds himself in a bit of space. Gazeo, though, was alert to it and quickly closed him down.
Ashby's in trouble here, Rob. He was off balance there, suddenly found himself outside right. He's a big, brave lad, isn't he? But he goes into this challenge with his right leg flailing. And you can't blame Gazeo coming across here. You see, look at his leg, his balance is all against him. And that could be a tweaked ligament, easy. You can see he's so brave trying to block the ball. Gazeo's got all his weight behind him. And let's hope Ashby's okay. His knees really opened up here.
Well, Barry Ashby, this is his 4th season in the playoffs. In the last 6, he's lost 1 semi and 2 finals. He and Peter Taylor must have thought they were on the way to ending that record when they got the goal in the first half. That's gone down as a McGibbon own goal, but what a response with Simon Houth's 20th goal of the season. And look at that, all of the attempts that he's managed in this game on target.
Chance Heller with a header, didn't he, straight at the keeper. But the way it sat up was, you know, beautiful. Just quick thinking, just helping us on his way across the keeper in the top corner.
Must be all right again. Simon Houth, just 23 years of age. He's got a little bit of experience in the Premiership from his 11 games with Coventry, and he does have this sort of casual style. But he really has turned it on in the second half and shown just what he's capable of with that brilliantly taken goal. Asaba. Hessenthaler. Away by Gazeo. This is Liddell. Sharp. Now Scott Green. Howard. Doing well. This is Sheridan. Kilford.
Two little players in the midfield are doing well, aren't they? Both like to be involved.
Coming in to take over from Liddell and getting so far, reason by his progress blocked by Pennock. No foul against Palmer, though Saba claimed that he was climbing all over him. Neil Redfern. Gazeo. Sheridan.
Tyler doing doggies in there against Sheridan. Trying to close. Sheridan's a clever little one-touch player. You see Wigan, suddenly momentum's their way.
Well, they knew they had to pick it up after the devastation of losing that goal before the break, and a given own goal. Green. Andy Hessenthaler. Asaba. Southall. This is Gooden. Edge wanting it and receiving. It's Roland Edge against Scott Green. He's done well to make room for himself, Edge.
What a block with Sheridan. Brilliant, quick to spot the danger.
Well, I'm not sure whether he's aware of it, but Edge is about to be taken off.
So that could have embarrassed Rob if that had flew in the bottom corner. But Smith will suddenly give them a bit of grit and steel in there.
And Paul Smith is the man who's coming on to take the place of Roland Edge. He's been unlucky really to miss out on the starting lineup in the last couple of games, but it's a change of system by Peter Taylor that's meant Smith has had to miss out. This one of only 7 games he's not started this season. He came on and scored in the playoff semi-final second leg against Stoke, the one that really made absolutely sure that Gillingham would be at Wembley today. But having said that, it was only his second goal of the season.
Just one that Peter felt maybe they're losing the edge in midfield, Rob.
Here's Asaba.
Free kick. Without a doubt, free kick, McGibbon in trouble.
And McGibbon's unhappy afternoon, which is included in own goal, is about now to include a booking as well.
Suddenly Asaba bursts into life here. Well, it wasn't a nasty one, was it? He just caught him.
He's got a few things to remember this day by Pat McGibbon, and not all of them positive so far. Taylor looking to orchestrate movement from the free kick.
Again, Southall's there.
Southall is central to the ball. He's lined up instead for Ty Gooden to cross, and oh, it was a free header, and what a chance that was for Ashby.
I tell you what, it's a fantastically worked free kick. Peter Taylor does this a lot. Beautiful little looping run here from Gooden, and what a ball. Suddenly flat-footed a Wigan, and Ashby should have done better. We're only talking inches here. Gooden with a left foot, swings in a cracker. Ashby all alone has to do a bit better. Great chance.
Beautifully worked free kick. Ashby unable to make the most of it though. He's scored 5 goals this season, the defender, including some pretty important ones along the way. One in the FA Cup win against Bradford, one in the league victory at Burnley, and one in the playoff semi-final against Stoke as well that actually levelled the tie on aggregate. Gillingham getting back into the game again. And McGibbon here, who's on a yellow card, remember, up against Asaba. Good skills here from Asaba. Maybe he's learned something by watching yesterday's match.
He certainly looks a bit livelier, doesn't he? But he has got balance, skill and pace. But this is a good spell for Peter's side here. Off the bench again, just pointing a few things out.
Nerves all around, including the chairman, whose anxiety is just beginning to show. First corner of the game, and we're past the hour mark. Skims off the head into the hands of the grateful goalkeeper.
Quite incredible, the players bathed in sunshine there.
It's always a roller coaster of emotions, and we've had a roller coaster of weather too. Torrential rain 1 minute, sunshine the next. Wigan fans may be vastly outnumbered, but they're making the noise again now as Liddell looks to work another opening for Houth, who's waiting in the middle. Houth was always struggling to get there, Ashby does, but suddenly we haven't had one corner for over an hour and 2 come along together.
And this is where Wigan, I think, can be strong. 3 big centre-halves now making their way out of the box. Zoo, Balmer, McGibbon, and of course Howarth decent in there too.
Sheridan who takes. Oh, what a header that was! They were appealing that it was over the line.
Well, it was so hard to tell, Rob, wasn't it? Flashing header from Dazoo.
McGibbon was waiting in there looking for the volley. What a cracking header that was from Dazeu, who battled in vain to keep the other effort from over the line. Hessenthaler here looking for the break, but it's Green at the back who's defending.
Well, suddenly Gooden showed tremendous pace there. Sharp caught him. I wonder if this is the yellow, but at the other end, what a header here from Dazui. Powers it down. Is this over? Oh, that's so tight. The linesman right on the touchline at the top corner, and that is so tight. Goodness me. What a header. Downward header. Punch it off the wet surface. And you can see it's Southall back there doing a great defensive job.
Southall himself was certainly standing behind the line. Whether Dazeu's header crossed the line, subject of some conjecture. Kevin Sharp has just been shown the yellow card. And Pennock takes the free kick.
I have to give you, Rob, Southall definitely was behind the line, but I think he leaned forward, and I think it's his chest that definitely kept it out. But a lovely ball from Sheridan. Dezoué heads it down, keeper beaten. Look at this. Ooh, it's so tight. The thing is, the linesman was at the top corner. He had a good spot on this. Look at the linesman, top corner of the screen. Is that over? It's so difficult to tell there. I think we have to give Southall the benefit of the doubt. Great defensive play.
Here's Asaba. Lewis. Number 7, Nicky Southall, who made that crucial goal line clearance. The challenge by Sharp. It's confirmation that Kevin Sharp has followed his colleague Pat McGibbon into the referee's book.
It's a lovely build-up, Rob, this is.
It's Green. Looking for Sharp. You put the kiss of death on it.
Lovely pass in there. Sharp looks at him. He's a chance, he's saying. Oh dear. Well, David Whelan's got to say, you are delighted. He's signed back in it with that classic Howarth goal. But it's nail-biting stuff now.
Dave Whelan, like his opposite number, Paul Scally, took over the club 5 years ago, and both have seen a massive improvement in their club's fortunes in that time. Here's Howarth. Great for Kilford, Lewis doing his job.
Kilford's made some great runs forward second half, he really is. He wanted it back off Howarth there.
Kilford going into the challenge again. He, like Dave Whelan, really appreciates how far the club has come here. Kilford is the longest serving member of the team, and when he joined them they were in the bottom 3 of the 3rd division. And here they are now on the brink of the 1st division.
It's a free kick to me, Heston Tyler using his body strength well, but illegally. And Kilford, he's down. Kilford struggling.
Howarth.
Well, this would be a blow for Wigan. I think this guy's really driving forward. You know, Heston Tyler knows that Kilford's getting there first, leans into him and catches him.
He took his time to settle down here at Wembley, did Ian Kilford, who was a non-playing member of the squad that played here in the Auto Windscreen Shield final of 13 months ago. But in the second half, he's shown more drive, more determination, and has been more heavily involved. Here's Green. Ashby. And Zeu just stepping aside, aware that Barmer was behind him to cover. Asaba. Looking for Hessenthaler, and the challenge by Dezoué had to be just right.
Hessenthaler bounced straight off, not looking for a penalty. The battle of the little ones there, but Dezoué comes over quick, good challenge. Corner.
It's Gooden with the corner. Still he opts to punch. Back to Gooden. And it's another punch by the goalkeeper. No chances being taken by him.
last season. This is where the players have looked after themselves now rise. Last 20 minutes, so much at stake here. Heavy pitch, emotional problems of coming to Wembley. Who's got the final strength? Who's got that little bit of edge to go and win this?
Redfern. And Green here. Having to be careful against Fianura. Hessenthaler through to Nicky Southall.
Well, I tell you what, two great things there for me. Hessenthaler, beautiful ball, and once again a great challenge from De Zouy.
What a busy afternoon David Bryant's had in having to call close goal line instances. In the first one, he decided that it had crossed the line. Saba's ball deflecting off McGibbon, and De Zou's efforts in vain to keep it out. That one was judged to be over, but it was De Zou himself who gave the assistants his next borderline decision. Nicky Southall standing behind the line, but the ball judged not to have crossed it. Here is Southall now, getting it across.
Oh, brilliant. That's class.
Scott Green it is. Redfern.
Neil Redfern, you know, it's not been a good day so far. Can he pop up a winner? I've seen him have some great games. Not this afternoon.
Lewis. Nora trying to lay off to Smith. Sherry. Kilford. Howarth, who got the Wigan equaliser. That's Redfern finding his range this time, picking out Andy Liddell. Howarth let it run, and it was a nice idea because Kilford was in a great position, but it was deflected back to the goalkeeper.
Oh, just as well Ashby was there. I think it's Ashby in there because Kilford's right behind. Look at Kilford, made himself 5 yards.
Here's Anora, and he's pushed McGibbon off, and he's hit it wide, and it would have counted.
What a save, Rob. I think the keeper's got a little finger touch to this. What a chance. I don't think he realised, Karo Saba, how much time he's got now. He hits it first time. What a stop. Superb. Still he just reaction, pushes it past the post. Brilliant, that was going in. Saba on his left foot. Think about the winner. Smashing save.
Still forcing it round and vindicating John Benson's decision to stick with him ahead of the Northern Ireland international Roy Carroll. Gooden gets in the corner. Goalkeeper didn't get there though this time. Back in again from Gooden. Well taken.
Well, they have a go at Scottish keepers at Wembley, but this fella's enjoying himself.
Signed as number 2 from Aberdeen. He conceded 3 goals in the last 12 minutes of his debut, which was a 3-3 draw at Millwall earlier in the season when Wigan managed to lose a 3-0 lead. Howarth. Liddell, nice layoff, it's Ian Kilford. Green. Looking determined, it's a good run from him.
You wouldn't like to call this one, would you? This is so tight, so close. You just wonder with Wigan getting back in it with a Howard Classic goal. John Benson, last time in charge. Can he see his side climb the steps?
15 minutes to go. We said at the start it was too close to call, and nothing that's happened in the 75 minutes has changed that opinion. Hessenthaler, Southall, and Ashby had got through, couldn't get a clean enough contact to deliver it across the face.
Sheridan just trying to make sure there. I think the two little players in the pit, Sheridan and Hessenthaler, for me have been superb. Both of them.
Smith, Southall, cleared by Barmer. This is Redfern. He put Green in one or two difficulties there, but Scott Green emerged well. And Gooden robs him. Potters digging it out for Anora. Hessenthaler. Smith has made a charge forward from the midfield. Good work this from Hessenthaler. And a good effort too. And had Asaba got a touch to that, then the goalkeeper could have had difficulties.
This fella's got 3 lungs, Rob. Fantastic, up and down, showing tremendous fitness and endeavour and drive. And just for a minute I thought the keeper might have been in trouble still. Getting down late, sees it late under the foot of Asaba. Good save.
Defending by McGibbon. It's Hessenthaler again. That's by Southall. Blocked by Sharp. Southall. Now Anora with McGibbon at his back.
Suddenly Gillingham looking dangerous again. That's how tight it is. Gillingham just with the upper hand.
But Wigan on target. They have the upper.
And it's a shame in many ways that one of these teams has got to miss out. Certainly the standard at the top end of the second division was very, very close in the end. That's why Bristol Rovers found themselves unfortunate to even drop out of the playoff area on the last day.
Tell you who's enjoying this game, Rob. Sitting back, a cigar on maybe. Stan Townsend.
Wondering who his Burnley team will be facing at the higher level next season out of this too. With a nice layoff from Anora. Asaba found that the pitch did him no favours. Southall. Lewis. Ashby. And Sheridan.
Hessenthaler just catching Kilford. Kilford's trying to track Hessenthaler all over the place at the moment.
Well, the playoff weekend culminates with the First Division final, and it's Barnsley and Ipswich battling for the ticket to the Premiership. It's live on Sky Sports 2, and for Sky Digital subscribers on Sky Sports Extra, our coverage starts at 2 o'clock.
Battling for a ticket to the Premiership, Rob. You can't get a ticket for that game tomorrow.
Fervent Gillingham support worried now with Sharp on the move. Away by Southall, but not too far. McGibbon is there, now Redfern. Now Sheridan with Hessenthaler snapping away. It's Scott Green. Redfern. Kilford has made another run into the box. Sheridan wasn't happy with that ball, and it was Sharp.
Sharp's been unlucky, you know. He's been out there wide, a little wry smile, and they keep missing him.
And Smith. It's an indication that Wigan are now going to go for it in the last 10 minutes. You hear that Stuart Barlow will shortly be coming on. Southall's throw. This is Hessenthaler. Southall. Smith looking to get there.
What a header from Sheridan against Smith. He's got to be 6 inches smaller, still got there.
Across from Gooden. And no chances being taken by Deseu. Corner.
to get one. Last 10 minutes now.
Gillingham really have started to pick up the momentum again. Will it carry them to a winner?
Good, and can whip them in with this left peg out of a little short one.
Oh, lovely step over for Southall, and blocked by a combination of Dezoe and McGibbon.
So many bodies in front of the keeper there, Stilly, that you just feel if Southall had hit the target there, he was really struggling, the goalie. He just dragged it with his right foot, Rob. Beautiful move again, Peter Taylor again from the training ground.
Good. Butters. Lewis. Smith to Hessenthaler. Southall, and it's a free kick, and Sharp was just a little worried then because he's been booked already.
Yeah, immediately his hand went up to the ref. No, I didn't. I think he did. That was a good little battle there. Look at these two battling away, and then he just nicks it. And definitely caught. He's got to be careful, Kevin Sharp.
This division is the only one in the playoff final that's ever had a red card. 4 in total. Gooden whips in the kick. A clearing header by Redford. Hennick. Smith. Ashby stayed in there. It's Green who clears. Now Andy Liddell. Throw in to Wigan. Oh no, to Gillingham.
Yeah, it's good play from Lewis. Lewis covering him well. And you think Lewis, you know, from the Ryman Premier League, suddenly playing at Wembley, he's not short of fitness.
Well, there'll be a break before the throw-in is taken, because Wigan are now about to make the anticipated substitution. Stuart Barlow, who was out of favour before he got injured and has missed the last 13 games with an ankle problem, is going to come on. Neil Redfern is the player who is going to come off.
It's not one of Neil Redfern's better games, he knows that. Influential player when he's on a game, sadly it didn't happen today, but suddenly there's pace up there now for Wigan.
A member of the Auto Windscreen Shield winning team, Stuart Barlow, got 22 goals, most of them in the first part of the season. And he did score in a 4-1 home win against Gillingham last season. Gillingham on the move. Gooden blocked out by Scott Green. We're looking at the possibility of a late winner here, and I should tell you that in the case of both teams, they've scored more goals in the last 5 minutes of league matches than in any other phase of the game. In Gillingham's case, 8 league goals were scored in that period of time, and in Wigan's case, 14 were.
I think you should mention late goals to Gillingham, Rob, especially here at Wembley.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of eyes on the fourth official to see how much stoppage time is added on, because it really was the holding up of that ball that lifted Manchester City when they've just got what seemed like a consolation goal through Kevin Horlock. Well, that was Kevin Sharp who made that challenge, which, remember, he's already on a yellow card, and the referee has clearly indicated to him that he's noted what's happened. I think Kevin Sharp could be off in a minute.
Yeah. I think you're right, Rob. That was a nasty, and he just got away with one.
Oh dear.
Well, he's reaching in the pocket. It's bye-bye. Advantage Gillingham. Well, he's a silly boy. He was warned. A few moments ago, he was warned. No complaints. You can't do that when you're on a yellow. It's a great shame.
It's a second yellow. It's a red card. Kevin Sharp, on his 4th appearance here at Wembley, is sent off. Now what does John Benson do?
The challenge was on Southall, Rob, and you can't afford to fly in like that. He was a little bit fortunate early, they caught a Gillingham play, but watch this. You see, he goes
you know, OK, Southall's dived in the air, he's gone low, but why take the chance?
It's advantage Gillingham with 4 minutes of normal time left. And John Benson's team facing a crisis.
To be fairly sharp, Rob, the one a few moments ago was worse. But you don't take that chance.
Well, Sharp has walked off very slowly, which has delayed the taking of the corner. But Gillingham now with a psychological advantage after that decision by Rob Stiles. Hessenthal's kick, headed away by Barmer. And here's Stuart Barlow. They've just taken the gamble of the substitution to try and add more weight to their attack. And now they find themselves reduced in number, Wigan. On a heavy pitch and one-man light, Wigan's task really is a monumental one now. But at 1-1, anything can happen so close to full time. Here is Green. Now Andy Liddell. Simon Howarth. And the cross is blocked by Butters. Remember, Gillingham faced the Stoke team down to 9 men in the second leg of the semi-final. John Benson just getting a word there from John Bond, his great friend and ally for many years. They were here together when Bond was manager for the 1981 FA Cup final. A memorable one in which Tottenham beat their Manchester City side. The roles reversed now with Benson in charge, Bond as his advisor. I'm sure he won't be short of advice at the moment, but
Rob, I can't help thinking that was just unnecessary. Stupid that was.
Strange really how it's the playoff final in this division that always seems to attract the red cards. That's the 5th there's been in the history of the second division playoff final. Challenge on Barlow is a legal one, says the referee. But suddenly tempers are starting to get a little bit frayed now. Wigan angered by the dismissal of Sharp. But no Gillingham players on bookings as it stands. And away goes Andy Hessenthaler. Southall. Taking on Sheridan, who stuck well to his task.
How much influence has this fella had in the game? Clearing one off the line, then Sharp flying in with the challenge. Southall goes in the air. Freestyle, second yellow, off goes Sharp. Can Gillingham tie it up in normal time?
Goodney gets it across towards Butters. Oh, it's a good hit back, which the goalkeeper saves from Smith. And then as they all pile in, still he hangs on.
I don't think Butters can do anything. He's got to go for this, as I'm concerned. Still, he just spills it, but suddenly players round Butters, but no problems. Good volley this. Bodies in the way, and the keeper, the second attempt grabbing.
Nerve-wracking stuff. A goal now would be as good as a golden goal, and Howarth looking for another spectacular to grace Wembley, similar to the one that drew Wigan level. Asada. Oh, good skills from Asaba.
Just dragging his shot with the right foot. Suddenly found himself a bit of space. Peter Taylor saying, go on, do it, hit the back of the net. Not to be.
They'll be desperate to finish Wigan off in normal time. Wigan looking to get to turn around to regroup, and they've got another 3 minutes to hang on here before we would be into an extra 30.
I just wonder what are Wigan thinking now, Rob? Will they try and get another half hour out of the game and go evens with the penalties? Surely not. He's saying get forward.
Well, they don't want to overcommit here, but clearly they sense an opportunity, and they've left only Barmer back, and even he is across the halfway line. Derek Stilley, the only one in the half that Wigan are defending, as they look for a goal that would surely clinch it. So Green's kick goes into the arms of Bartram. Gillingham perhaps looking for the counter-punch. It's Smith. Southall, Gooden, man over on the far side, and the ball did carry in the end across a sticky surface. Lewis shrugging off Howarth. Lewis's ball in.
One or two of the balls, you know, when they had a chance to get them in, Rob, have not been quite good enough. Just always favouring the goalkeeper.
There's Deseu. Barmer. Green. There's Barlow. Nobody in the box until now when Little has got there.
He had to look up Barlow. He's got blistering pace, still stolen behind him, but he had to give his midfield players a chance to get in there. There's a few heavy legs out there now.
A minute left to settle it before we're into extra time. Given. Butters. Essenthaler. And this is Adrian Pennock. One last chance to win it, perhaps. Smith has made a move forward, but Pennock here is getting adventurous. Just beyond the reach of Smith. Southall, there's been another check on the watch from the referee, and Wigan are grateful to get to extra time. One man light after the sending off 5 minutes from the end of Kevin Sharp. It's level at 1-1 after McGibbon's own goal was cancelled out during that second half by a wonderful strike from Simon Howarth. But have Wigan been dealt a fatal blow by the dismissal for 2 bookable offences of Kevin Sharp? First goal was in the first half, a good break here from Carla Saba, and McGibbon inadvertently deflecting it in under pressure from Ifianura. And Peter Taylor just had to wait for confirmation that the ball had actually crossed the line. The equaliser coming and just savour that strike from Simon Howarth. What a goal that was to grace Wembley and draw Wigan level. They almost went ahead here with Deseu's header, and Southall standing behind the line but leaning forward managed somehow to keep it out despite Deseu's premature celebrations. But Wigan really have been badly affected by Kevin Sharp's second bookable offence. The inevitable red card, despair for the Wigan left-back, and it's going to be a hard slog for them on a heavy Wembley pitch now in the extra 30 minutes. A nervous 30 minutes lie ahead for both teams. At the end of 90, it's finished Gillingham 1, Wigan 1.
Welcome back to Wembley, where we are poised to go into extra time in the Division 2 playoff final between Gillingham and Wigan. 1 apiece after 90 minutes. The former Gillingham manager Tony Pulis and Nigel Spatman are alongside me, high above, looking down with great interest. Wigan, of course, down to 10 men. Is that going to be to Gillingham's advantage, Tony? Presumably.
Well, it's got to be, really. I think Gillingham were taking control anyway when the kid got sent off, and it was a rash challenge, and he'd made a rash challenge just before. And I don't think it was meant. It's just tiredness. I think players get tired and they get rash. And unfortunately for him, he's been sent off. But this should now give the impetus for Gillingham to take over and win the game.
And of course, Nigel, time and time again, we've seen 10 men form a shell and prove impossible to beat.
I think the thing is for Wigan now, they've got to look and say, well, you know, we've got to work hard, try and get the ball over the top for Barlow. But if it goes to penalties, that's a bonus for them now, I think. It's obviously up to Gillingham to keep the ball well, get it into wide positions and get crosses in and put Wigan under pressure. But it's, I think it deserves to be a draw, and I think that when we look at it afterwards, I think that Deseu's header might have been over the line.
That looked a very contentious decision, didn't it, Tony?
Well, I think if the ball had been on the ground, then we'd have had a better shout of it, but it's up in the air. You know, he is standing behind the line without a question of a doubt, so it'll be interesting to see it after the game.
Well, it doesn't matter now. It is all to play for. Both sides have made one substitution so far, by the way. Let's rejoin our match commentators, Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
It's the third time that this divisional final has gone into extra time. Firstly back in 1991 when Tranmere managed to find a winner against Bolton, and last year was the only year that it had gone as far as penalties, when Gillingham, of course, lost 3-1 on spot kicks to Manchester City. So they'll be hoping it doesn't go that far this time. Both teams, incidentally, have practiced their penalties just in case. And it's Wigan who get the first period of extra time underway. Gillingham are kicking towards the end where both goals have been scored so far, but it's no golden goal in extra time. We'll have the full 30 minutes come what may, and for the 10 men of Wigan, it could be quite a slog. Here's Hessenthaler. Now Lewis. This is Ashby. And now Nicky Southall, who really has made some crucial contributions, including that goal line clearance from Marianne Dezeu's header. This is Guy Butters. In towards Nora. It's Dezeu who's there. McGibbon. Liddell. Now Pennock. Butters. Lewis. Smith. This is Southall. Good hit from him.
Well, he can hit them. He's had a couple of free kicks this afternoon that he hasn't caught hold of, but this one, certainly still he gets right behind it. It thumps into his body. Comes inside on his left foot, whack. Good position from the keeper.
Southall may yet have a crucial contribution to make, because he's scored a couple of penalties this season for Gillingham. He was a volunteer last year, but they never got as far as him in the order.
I don't think Gillingham would want to be going to penalties, Rob.
You think last year would play on the lines?
I do. I think they've got to win this in the next 30 minutes.
Here's Liddell. Simon Howarth with Sheridan up to his left. Howarth has managed to steer it through, but Pennock is there. Lewis off. Green stepped up very quickly. Good alertness there from the Wigan man, and so too from Kilford. Green. Barlow. Green has carried on into the box. Challenged by Southall. Still showing plenty of grit and determination despite being a man like Wigan, as Sheridan gets it across. Beyond Green. Headed down to him by Kilford. Good defending by Butters.
Great challenge from Butters, Rob. Great challenge.
And here's Hessenthaler. Gillingham hoping that Wigan has maybe burned themselves out, and Howarth just caught Hessenthaler as he was on the break.
I tell you what, Hessenthaler hasn't burnt himself out, has he? Definitely a three-shredded wheat man, him. Up and down, incredible.
Dezeu. Balmer. Howarth.
Peter Taylor will know as the minutes tick by. Also wasn't manager here last year, but I just wonder what that'll do at his players' minds. John Benson, he'll settle for penalties right now.
There's Green. Kilford. As managers said before the game, they'd have a fair idea of who their first choice penalty takers would be, although of course that always depends on who's on the pitch come the conclusion of the match. Here's Stuart Barlow.
Just one in the box if Barlow was to get past Gooden. But that looks well. Barlow firing back at Gooden. Elegant player, Gooden on his left foot.
A reminder that in the semi-final, Gillingham's opponents, Stoke, were eventually reduced to 9 men, and it was during extra time that they cut them apart with the 2 goals that secured their place here. They're having to be quite patient here. Wigan still proving fairly dogged opponents. Liddell, Sheridan, Howarth. By Green to Palmer. This is Darren Sheridan. Substitute used by each manager so far.
The message out there, isn't it, from John Benson? Don't give the ball away. Keep the ball, your man short. Don't make it hard for yourself.
By Butters. Fianura. Hessenthaler. Butters crosses towards Anura. Header is only as far as Nicky Southall. Ball is going wide.
Yeah, the ball was stuck between his 2 feet. Tried to get it on his right foot, couldn't do it. Drags the shot. Can't hit them. It's his first touch. Has to take another. In the end, a poor shot.
Substitution being made. Andy Thompson is going to come on here. Fianura is the player who will make way for him. Fianura, who would have been a volunteer for penalties. Getting a good reception. His place is taken by the Scotsman, Andy Thompson, who, like the other Gillingham substitutes who have come on, Paul Smith, has only recently become a dad.
Good little player, this fella. Good movement. King of the South, I think, all those years ago.
Been unlucky in the last few seasons, Andy Thompson, in that he's been relegated in each of the last 3 campaigns. Once with Oxford, twice with Southend, but the move to Gillingham really has resurrected his career. Straight into the action comes Thompson.
Oh, excellent from Kilford. I tell you what, he's shown great legs as well, Kilford.
Away goes Barlow. Pennick coming across to try and marshal him. Crosses a deep one for Howarth to get to, but Bartram has gambled on following it along the line.
Yeah, Howarth was making his run to the near post as well. He looks tired, you know, and that's all you need. Barlow could have done a well, used his pace well, but try and pick the striker out.
Hold it. Now Sheridan. There's to find Andy Liddell. Oh, what a great break this is! It's Darren Sheridan, and it's a penalty. And Wigan are given hope here. It was a great move.
I'll tell you what, Rob, I thought Ashby's in trouble. He is getting booked. Does he make contact? Is Sheridan going there? Oh, I think he makes a meal of it, me. I think Sheridan makes a meal of it. Ashby, I think, is a little bit unlucky. From a different angle, the ball from Liddell is brilliant. And I don't think there's hardly any contact at all there. But you have to say the 1-2 was superb. Liddell's ball was perfect. I think Ashby's unlucky.
Can a penalty from Stuart Barlow negate the need for a penalty shootout at the end of the contest? And there's going to be problems here because 1 or 2 Gillingham players, I think, are getting involved in gamesmanship before the taking of the kick. And there's a yellow card now being shown to Guy Butters. Stuart Barlow, though, must keep his nerve. And he does! The substitute has scored for Wigan. The chairman celebrates. His team and John Benson's side in his last game in charge, despite being down to 10 men, are 2-1 up in extra time.
Well, Dave Whelan punches the air. I think it's a fortunate penalty, me. But the referee gives it and doesn't. Barlow thumped this one away. Pressure for Barlow with the right foot, drives it low. You don't get them. There's pace, direction on the ball, and incredible the Wigan fans celebrate. 2-1. Unbelievable.
A 23rd goal of the season for Stuart Barlow, who's hardly been a regular throughout the campaign. That is a great personal tally for what a big goal it is for him, and a massive goal for Wigan, who we were expecting to have to defend resolutely for the whole of extra time, and now suddenly get the breakthrough that's given them the lead and has shell-shocked Gillingham.
Rob, I don't think this is over yet. We watch Gillingham fly at them now.
Ashby with more reason than most to want to get them level. He was the offender when the penalty was given, cleared by Green. Now what are Wigan made of defensively? Hallam.
You have to say, Liddell's ball to Sheridan was brilliant, wasn't it? It was a great move. I just don't think there was enough on the challenge to award a penalty. I really don't. I think that was harsh on Gillingham. But Barlow, just off the bench, took it beautifully. What have Gillingham got left?
Here's Butters. And he's played it around, and it's Thompson. And clawed away by Stilley. It was a difficult angle for Thompson, but pushed away again by the goalkeeper, and he's made some vital saves in this game. Smith.
What a match. What a match. Who doesn't like playoffs?
Just confirmation that Barry Ashby was booked for the offence that led to the award of the penalty that Wigan scored, and shortly after it Guy Butters was cautioned for a little bit of gamesmanship. A yellow card then as well for Butters.
One thing for sure, Wigan are going to have to defend now, Rob. The Gills are going to throw everything at them.
Well, Ashby, who conceded the penalty, is driving forward with great determination and purpose now. He's at the forefront of their attempts to get level again. Butters has gone forward for it. Gooden swings it across towards Smith. Gillingham getting on with the throw-in when a substitution was being planned.
Anyway, it'll do now for Wigan. And this is gallant, you have to say.
Pennock. Lewis. Andy Hessenthaler. It's Sheridan. It's Barlow, the goal-scoring hero from the penalty spot, who really was ice cool when he delivered the goal. Taking a tumble in the box as Pennock has emerged with the ball. Southall, Ashby. It's as though player coach Steve Butler could be coming on at any minute for Gillingham.
Look, Ashby's gone forward now, Rob. He's forgot his defensive duties now. He's just getting himself forward, almost a midfield, trying to link up the front players.
Couldn't shown too much of that to Green. Lewis has won it back there. Butters. Cut out by Liddell.
I tell you what, has he not worked hard as well? Liddell, it was his pass that led to Sheridan going down against Ashby. Inch perfect, the weight was brilliant. The Wigan fans over there are going berserk.
Ashby. Lewis. Hessenthaler. Making room for Thompson, and it's Hessenthaler again.
Well, looking for a deflection. Goal kick. Hessenthaler punches there in frustration. He doesn't deserve today to be on a losing side. He's worked tirelessly. Well, maybe a slight deflection, hence the frustration.
Andy Hessenthaler teamed up on the coaching staff this season with Steve Butler, who returned to the club after a spell with Peterborough, who of course won here on Friday. And he's hoping that some of that influence will maybe now rub off as Butler comes on for only his 16th game of the season. And the man he's taken the place of is Barry Ashby, who, as we said, has been playing a lot more up front since conceding the penalty that led to the goal that's given Wigan their lead. Butler, who was only ever here at Wembley before as an unused substitute in the first Freight Rover Trophy playoff final with Brentford, and a change too for Wigan. Andy Liddell running on empty in the last few minutes, being replaced. And the man who's coming on to take his place, Carl Bradshaw, was the man who lifted the auto windscreen shield as captain when they won here 13 months ago. Here's Barlow. He tried to just hold on to it for too long, awaiting the run of Howarth. Oh, given away by Southall to Green. And Bartram watches it float past he and Simon Howarth.
John Benson just wants this. He wants this whistle now. He wants this half-time whistle. And then he can regroup. Another couple of minutes, I think he's got to go. But this is gallant from Wigan. And the Wigan fans, not many have made it down. Maybe a little bit early to celebrate just yet.
Gillingham need now the sort of comeback that Manchester City produced against them last season, and they've got treble the amount of time in which to do it. Here's Howarth. Bradshaw is straight into the action, has really been lively since he came on, and that energetic run almost led to something.
And that'll do Wigan. They don't mind losing up that end of the pitch. Who's feeling a lot better? Kevin Sharp. I'm sure he's heard the news that Barlow's put his side ahead. He'll be feeling much better now.
It looked as though it might all cave in for John Benson's side when Sharp was dismissed 5 minutes from the end of normal time. But what great resolve they've shown. Here's Lewis. Smith has joined Thompson and Saba in the attack. It's Gooden. Now Butler.
That's a poor ball from Butler. And suddenly you look at a few Gillingham players. Is it happening again? They're saying to each other. Peter Taylor, half this war, what an important few minutes this is going to be for Pete. He's got to get him to regroup, install a little bit more confidence. His captain, Hessenthaler, who's been massive out there, has to get the troops going again.
Taylor's a pretty lonely figure at the moment, and the Gillingham fans are lost in their thoughts, disappointed thoughts. St Taylor's a lonely figure because his backroom staff, Hessenthaler and Butler, are now on the pitch. Barlow unable to take it into the corner because it's gone out, but that will probably be the last venture forward in this first period of extra time anyway. They'll be glad to get to the turnaround, and they go there in very good heart. Wigan down to 10 men from 5 minutes from the end of normal time are leading.
Straight turnaround as well, Rob. Peter Taylor trying to get on, but what about Sheridan? Brilliant. And the pass here from Liddell, look, first time, he must be tired. Ashby gets the wrong side. There is a little touch of the right arm. Sheridan looks at the ref, and Rob Stiles points to the spot. But what about pressure? Barlow keeps his head down, drives it low, and Wigan so close to Division 1.
Thanks to the penalty of Stuart Barlow. And another change being made here by Wigan, the last one that they're able to make. It's Jeff Perron, for whom this could be a last game in Wigan colours, and he's taking the place of Simon Howarth. He took over Perron's contract from Portsmouth when he moved to the JJB Stadium earlier in the season.
He's got a fair pair of lungs on him as well, Perron. He can gallop about a bit. Another one who's getting on, Rob. Nearly your age. Oh, what a win this will be. Andy Gillingham are fighters, aren't they? 15 minutes.
It'll probably be the longest 15 minutes of John Benson's life. Here's a Saba. And he's cleared by Scott Green.
watch them gamble here, Rob.
Gillingham with no other option but to chase the game. Lewis has managed to break free. Sheridan tried to get there, Smith came in, it's been knocked away for a corner.
Brilliant from Bradshaw, brilliant the sub coming on there, and that was beautiful play from Lewis, and a great ball in the box, but Bradshaw doing his job.
Henneken butters both forward for the corner. It's Gooden to take. And here's Perron to clear. Barlow. Good challenge by Southall. Getting away from Darren Sheridan, but unable to furnish any of his colleagues with a cross. And there were 4 there in a line.
Needs a bit of quality. He needs a bit of magic to get his side back in this. Incredible. Can't believe what's happening here.
He's worried about the time as well that they're taking over the goal kick. I think Peter Taylor will be very aggrieved anyway with the decision that might have cost Gillingham a place at a higher level, the penalty award. But he's ensuring that Rob Starr's timekeeping is correct at the moment. He'll need every last ounce from his players now to break down a Wigan team determined to hold on to the lead that this man Barlow has given them. Bradshaw has gambled on getting into the box. Perron has gone forward too. It's Perron, it's Barlow, and suddenly it's Kilford who's come forward. Oh, it's gone wide.
Well, what a move. What a move. And this guy deserves a goal. Great play at the back from Green. Up to Barlow. Barlow lays it. Kilford through legs and past the post. What a nice... Oh, that would definitely kill Gillingham off. That's so close. Bartram was beaten. Incredible Wigan goal for another goal.
Surely that would have finished Gillingham off. Southall. It's a good delivery. Thompson.
Oh, the flag stayed down. Thompson lurking at the far post. Out jumping McGibbon here. Just can't get high enough.
13 goals this season for Andy Thompson, who was a spectator here once when Scotland beat England, although he was watching with the England fans. The Gillingham fans can hardly bear to watch this. Agonising it is for them, are they, to see their Wembley dream again ended as a result of a penalty. This is Bradshaw. Won back by Smith, one of those who missed the penalty in last year's shootout with Manchester City. Thompson now links up with Hessenthaler.
I tell you what, Scott Green's played ever so well, you know. Getting back there on Hessenthaler.
Hessenthaler offers inspirational leadership out on the pitch. Lewis showed in the semi-final against Stoke when they seemed to be dead and buried that they've got the guts in their team, they've got the character and determination. It's been instilled into them over a period of time in which they really have improved in every season.
No time wasted, you can't blame them, they're tired, the Wigan players.
10-man Wigan, leading Gillingham by 2-1. In extra time of the Nationwide League's second division playoff final. Perron. Palmer beaten to it by Smith. Well won. It's Hessenthaler. Thompson's got Butler waiting, but he can't get it across to him.
Oh, Perron, John Benson will be going berserk there. Perron giving the ball away too cheaply. That's no good. You've got this lead. You're down to 10 men. You've got to hold on to the ball better. But suddenly, again, Gillingham, the final ball when they need it. They need a peach in there. It's not there.
Hessenthaler is angry, and Sheridan trying to calm him down, but that's only making it worse.
Oh, he gets a bit of that, Hessenthaler. He is fiery. He's hot temperature, but you see the tugging, pulling. These two have been having a titanic battle all afternoon. Hessenthal, look, they want each other's jerseys. A little bit prematurely. Just hooking his leg round Sheridan.
Batters. Stuart Palmer has become the latest Wigan player to be booked for a skirmish a few minutes ago. And Wigan already down to 10 men, Sharp having been shown the yellow card twice. McGibbon has also been booked. Despite stacking up the cards, Gillingham unable to find a way through the Wigan rearguard. And Southall now pries them open. It's a low one in this time to Butler.
Dezou again there, brilliant. The three centre-backs have been excellent. We can see McGibbon's own goal, but really they've battled for their lives. Dezou, Balmer, superb.
Hessenthal. Southall. Hennick.
Dragging it with his left foot. Doesn't get many goals, Adrian, and Peter Taylor thinking. Look at the clock. Still time. Around 8 minutes.
It was definitely John Benson's last game. There's been some speculation. It might be Peter Taylor's last game in charge of Gillingham as well. I think a lot of that stems from the fact that the Bristol City job, with which he was so heavily linked before, has come up for grabs again. I suppose any decisions on his future will be influenced by which division Gillingham are in. And they're not out of this contest by any means. Southall, Asaba.
First time you mention Asaba's name for a while, Rob. He's got to somehow find some more energy and space.
Gooden.
Green. I think he's been brilliant, Green. He has shown fantastic energy.
He's played in 2 playoff finals here with Bolton, winning the last one back in 1995. Also played in a League Cup final loss here against Liverpool. Cross from Lewis. Butler! Yes! It's another super sub. The man that Peter Taylor sent on, one of his right-hand men, has got the goal, only his 3rd of the season, and Gillingham are back in with a shout.
Rob, I keep talking about this ex-Hendon player. Ryman Premier League, this is lovely skill from Lewis. A little dummy there on his good left foot. What a peach, what a ball. Butler rises and finds the top corner. Great skill from Lewis. The delivery this time is brilliant. Butler up above it, punches it in the far corner, and that is a lifesaver. An absolute lifesaver. Butler above Dezou. Peter Taylor punches the air. It's advantage Gillingham again.
Gillingham were 3 minutes away from seeing their Wembley dream ended. Little more than that, in fact, about 7 minutes away from seeing their Wembley dream ended. But Steve Butler has just rescued them. Cross from Gooden, Butler's in there again, but so too was Thompson. And it's Butler who's laid it off this time. And is that a penalty? There are appeals. Hessenthal thinks that he should have had a kick, and his argument has landed him in hot water.
Goodness me, Bradshaw breathes a sign of relief. Hessenthal has got to calm down here. You see Hessenthal gets in there. I don't know, I think he makes a meal of it. He makes a meal of it. But does he just clip that left ankle? So difficult for a referee. Hessenthal, the theatricals earn him the yellow. But I think Bradshaw might have just touched his left ankle. He's now got to keep his head now, Andy Hessenthal. Incredible. Is there contact on the left ankle? It's a lovely ball. Bradshaw there, does he clip him? I think there's the slightest touch. The theatrical dive tells Rob Styles no contact.
5 minutes still to go. The Wigan defence has been pierced. Bradshaw gets it across here towards Kilford. You'll notice from the smoke drifting across the pitch that a smoke bomb was released at the Gillingham equaliser.
Lewis again shown great. I'll tell you, Rob, to come from non-league and perform here like he's done, brilliant.
Quality ball in, wasn't it?
And back there defending too, great fitness.
Sheridan. Perron. Perron again. Sheridan. Challenge by Smith. Free kick.
Look at Hessenthaler again, screaming at the ref. You must calm down.
Sheridan has got on with it, but Barlow's offside.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Surely not penalties again.
Barlow reluctant to release the ball for the taking of the free kick and in danger of getting himself in trouble, and I think he has.
Oh, Butler, I tell you what, he stole the march on Dazoo. There's a little bit of nonsense. Barlow wouldn't give the ball back. There's a few little handbags.
And all credit there to Adrian Pennick, who appears to be trying to prevent the referee from booking Barlow. It was holding on to the ball that caused the problem.
One or two Gillingham fans on the way home, not now. It's a quick free kick, it's not offside, that's for sure. Watch the linesman put his flag up. Wasn't offside, but then Barlow wouldn't give the ball. Of course, Gillingham, they don't want penalties again. Give us it.
Yet another booking then. Wigan already down to 10 men, let me remind you. Kevin Sharp sent off in normal time. But it's been yet another seesaw contest that encapsulates the drama of the playoffs. Southall, left by Asaba for Butler. Asaba, and still, Thompson goes in, and well done Stilly for holding on.
I said we needed to see Asaba. Suddenly the silky scales come out, but what a stop again from the goalkeeper. This is brilliant. Composure, drives it forward. What a save that is with his left hand.
Here's Perron, and it's Barlow. Well, they have Kilford over on the far side, they couldn't feed him. It's still finely balanced. We're 2 minutes now from the end of extra time, and it's still too close to call. Lewis, who engineered the Gillingham equaliser. Gooden, and that is a good one. Oh, it's a header in from Andy Thompson. Yet again, it's a substitute, and surely Gillingham aren't going to throw this one away. Their chairman celebrates. He's been to hell and back in this game, as have the players. But all the fans that they've brought from Kent are celebrating now. They sense that First Division football is finally within reach.
You have to feel sorry for Wigan, but they've allowed 2 bits of quality. Balls in the box. We know all about Lewis's left foot. We know about Gooden's left foot. Lewis again involved. Brilliant play. Gooden on the left foot. What a peach. And Thompson, beautiful header in the bottom corner. Can you believe it? That is a cracker. Balmer can't go with him. Thompson, fresh pair of legs, gets there, nips in front of the big centre-back. The captain, glancing header. The keeper this time can go no more. Stilly beaten. Unbelievable.
Wigan with no choice but to go forward. Cross by Kilford, the goalkeeper leaves it. Butler has to defend against Bradshaw, and Perron wins it back. It's Sheridan now. Again into the box. Kilford looking to pull it back across, and he's won the corner.
Oh, incredible, incredible. You have to feel like you felt for Gillingham last year. Now you feel for Wigan. Down to 10 men. Is the energy reserve gone, or is there still a little bit more left?
Well, the prayers take on new meaning for Wigan. They've shown great bottle, great character so far, despite being a man light. Can they get another equaliser here? They're in danger of conceding. They've overcommitted perhaps, as they had to. And it's Gillingham on the break. And it's Andy Thompson who's through, looking for his second of the match. And still he denies him.
Brilliant from Hessenthaler. Brilliant from Hessenthaler. Delayed. Then he played the ball at the right time. Can Wigan get back in this?
We're into injury time of extra time.
What a game Hessenthaler's had. Fantastic.
There'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Asaba, who will now be quite happy just to run it into the corner. Tempts the challenge from Sheridan, and Dzeu loses it cheaply. Hessenthaler. Southall.
Incredible. What a turnaround this has been.
Lewis.
Well, after last year, the neutrals all around the country will be delighted for the Gills, and this fella here losing his job with England. What a way to bounce back. But it didn't look like it, did it? A gallant Wigan. You have to feel for them.
And it may not be over yet. The din is from the Gillingham fans, who vastly outnumber the Wigan supporters, but they'll be worried now with Bradshaw on the break. Perron, plenty back there flocking around Jeff Perron. Southall doing enough.
Well, 50,000 fans a few moments ago thought, we don't believe it. Paul Scally on the phone.
Who's he ringing at this time?
I think he's booking a holiday. I think he needs it. Look, a little prayer there.
They are seconds away, Peter Taylor's Gillingham. Seconds away. Asaba. Hessenthaler is away from Barmer. And nothing too ambitious.
That's them two again. Look at them. They're a couple of little terriers, aren't they?
Another check on the watch from Rob Stiles.
Good on you, boys. Little shake of the hands. Well done.
And Gillingham have done it! They've put behind them the heartbreak of last year, and John Benson sporting in defeat. 10-man Wigan finally floored in extra time, as Peter Taylor's side, once ahead, once behind, in extra time, finally clawed it back with two super subs, Butler, who equalised, and Thompson, who won it. And Paul Scally, who saved the club from receivership 5 years ago, now sees his efforts come to fruition. Gillingham next season will be in the first division for the first time in their history. But we must not forget the sporting efforts of Wigan. John Benson has left a great legacy for his successor, who will be announced over the summer, and they showed plenty of spirit despite being reduced to 10 men 5 minutes from the end of normal time. They at one stage took the lead, and it was only a great late surge from Gillingham that led to victory for the Kent team. But what a victory it's been, a special win.
We keep coming back here, Rob, don't we? Thinking it can't get any better. But this was nail-biting. I feel for him, Stilly. Perron, the substitute, couldn't make any impact. Unbelievable. Paul Scally, well, big smile on his face now. But surely he was thinking, like the 50,000 Gillingham fans, it was going to end in huge disappointment again. Thompson with the winner. Flashing header from a great ball from Gooden. Lewis set up the equaliser. Brilliant stuff.
Well, let's not forget the contribution of the other substitute as well. Steve Butler got the equaliser. Let's hear from him with Alan Bentley.
Steve, you're 38 now. Have you ever experienced anything like this?
Never ever. I mean, I wasn't here at the club last year, but my thoughts are with them. And I know it's unfair on Wigan, but I think we deserved it this year for what we went through last year, you know. So I'm very sorry. I went and shook all their hands and they made a good game of it. But I'm just really pleased that fate shined on us today.
I suppose it goes without saying it's the most important goal of your long career.
Well, that's right. They said all along that it's fate's written. I'm going to come on at Wembley and score. And with about whatever left to go, I didn't think the boss was going to get me on. So I started doing a few press-ups in front of him, saying I'm ready. So in the end, I think I forced his hand. But he's done great. Both subs have come on. The other lads worked their whatever off. And we've come on and scored the goal. So it's a great effort from everybody.
Thanks for talking to us. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
5 goals, 3 of them from substitutes, a penalty from Stuart Barlow, that equaliser from Butler, a goal from Andy Thompson, who within the last 6 weeks, remember, has just become a dad. I'm sure he'll be dedicating that goal to his new baby. The Wigan fans are in tears, but Andy Thompson must have the biggest smile in the stadium, I'm sure. He's now with Alan.
Andy, cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Yeah, it was a great ball into the box, and I've just made the near post run, gone in front of the defender, flicked it in, and to see it get him is the best feeling ever.
Because you've had this injury, haven't you? But
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's all right.
Yeah, I got injured my ankle ligaments and I was out for the last 6 weeks, so I haven't played, and that's the first time I played, so I was absolutely knackered at the end.
How much do you feel you owe to Peter Taylor?
Oh, everything has been great for me, and to repair him like this is fantastic. I'm just delighted for him and all his supporters today.
It's been a great season, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've done fantastic, and Chris just caps it all off. It's just amazing.
Well done, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, they know what it's like to lose here, and no one will begrudge them their exuberant celebrations 12 months on.
What a match. I'm trying to recollect here. What a match. And as you say, Rob, neutrals around the country will be delighted for them. But, I don't half feel sorry for Wigan. Gallant in defeat.
Paul Smith, who came on during the game, is the club captain, and so he will lead the team. Adrian Pennock is wearing the captain's armband just behind him. Smith leading them up the steps. Smith and Pennock both missed penalties here last season in their defeat in the shootout by Manchester City. But this time they make the climb up the steps as victors. And Paul Scally, with the broad smile, the Gillingham chairman, will, I'm sure, be hosting the biggest party in town tonight. A year on from the pain of their defeat by Manchester City, it's a sweet and pleasurable feeling this year for Gillingham. They lift the trophy, and they will be in Division 1 next season. Smith gets his deserved medal. He's been a real Mr. Consistency in his time with the club, as has Pennock, and as has Guy Butters next in line. The first three in line, the three who missed their penalties in last year's shootout. Barry Ashby, who gave away a penalty in this year's contest that it seemed at one stage might cost Gillingham their win. He's got a broad grin now. And Andy Hessenthaler, what a great pro he has been for the club. Carlos Saba, who's had a difficult season with injuries, gets his taste of glory right at the end. Junior Lewis, who's made such a big impact. Nicky Southall, again part of the team that lost here last year. Steve Butler, one of the super subs. He made it 2-2. What a crucial goal that was. Ife Anora now in his second spell with the club. And poor John Benson, his last game in charge. He'll be involved in the selection of his successor. He's made a big contribution to Wigan's progress over the last 5 years. But Peter Taylor, what a climax to his first season at the helm of the club. And in a way, you'd have to say now that perhaps the FA did a massive favour to him by releasing him from the under-21 position, because hasn't he bounced back in style in club management?
I'll tell you what else, Rob, he deserves it, lifting that up. But I have to say the Gillingham fans as well are giving the Wigan players tremendous applause as they leave the pitch, which is very nice.
Yes, it's been a very sporting finish to an excellent and compelling contest. And Peter Taylor, a real modest man, a real nice guy, and a lot of people felt a huge amount of sympathy for him when he lost that job with the England under-21 team. And he's shown how you have to come back in style. And of course, one of his great stalwarts has been Andy Hessenthaler, whom he knew from his Watford days and was linking up with him again this year. So let's hear from Andy Hessenthaler now with Alan Bentley.
Andy, well done. What a way to make up for last year.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I thought we was out of it. You know, once they got the penalty, I thought that was it. It was all over again. We weren't going to be out here. And then when we got the equaliser, I thought it's going to be penalties again. Hopefully it'd be. And Tomo's come up with a great header, so absolutely delighted. Just can't believe it. After last year's game, what a game again. Yeah. Unbelievable. And full credit to them. 9 men are fantastic, and they're a good side. I'm sure they'll be up there next year again.
Go get your photos done, go on.
For me, man of the match. You know, when they looked down and out, he kept driving forward, you know, fantastic. But he said it all after last year. What a game again.
Well, Hessenthaler was man of the match, and they've got their children on the pitch, such as the current trend for footballers. Andy Thompson, who came on to score, has just become a father himself. So too has Paul Smith to baby Grace. I'm sure they'll be dedicating their performances to their children, and those with kids a little bit older understandably want them to be part of the celebrations here. A year ago they walked away with their heads down as the sad losers, leaving the party to Manchester City. So now, on a day of mixed weather and mixed fortunes for Gillingham, where they really have been put through the mill, they are absolutely delighted. I'm sure they'll hope now they can hang on to one or two of the extra fans that they always manage to find when they come to this great stage.
Oh, Rob, I've never seen a crowd like this. Incredible all the way round. Wigan fans, 5-1 outnumbered, tried their best. I tell you what, wow, it's a cruel. Sometimes football is very cruel, as Gillingham found out last year. Tears, incredible.
But from the despair of the sad losers to the delirium of the winners. Peter Taylor leading the positive celebrations. He's had excellent backing here today from the Kent public. And they'll be watching First Division football for the first time at the Priestfield Stadium next season. They were the team who just missed out on automatic promotion anyway, having lost that game on the last stage of Wigan. It's the third season running that the team that finished just below the automatic promotion slots has still made it. And Junior Lewis, with one or two personal words and looking for his little boy. Lovely sight. Junior Lewis, who Peter Taylor kept an eye on from their days together at Dover. And good to see Junior Lewis getting Junior Lewis out of the crowd to join him in the celebrations.
I tell you what, you're getting fun here, Rob.
Barry Ashby is leading celebrations now. He wasn't feeling so happy at that moment. He gave the penalty away. After he went off, though, the two substitutes who subsequently came on ensured that he can have a party tonight, that Hessenthaler can have a party tonight, and that the whole of Kent can celebrate for the summer. It was an agonising summer for them last year.
Party, you say, Rob? I reckon they'll hear them in Cali.
I think that's where they'll be getting the alcohol to celebrate with from. Well, when you think that the last three playoff final losers before Gillingham had been relegated in the season after, it just shows what a remarkable achievement it has been for them to come back, having been beaten at Wembley one year, and to win here the next term. Nicky Southall, his back will never be the same again. Probably ruled him out for the start of next season. But you can't blame them for wanting to milk every last second out of these joyous scenes.
Just wonder how the Barnsley and Ipswich players, how are they feeling watching this, Rob? Dreaming about tomorrow.
Probably increase the nerves of their players watching on, but when they see what it's like for the winners here, it will reinforce their determination.
Of course, one of them's going to be playing Gillingham next year.
Well, it's been good so far for teams from the eastern side of the country, Peterborough and Gillingham. Will that extend to Ipswich against Barnsley tomorrow? Well, let's hear from Ife Anora now. He's talking to Alan Bentley.
Ife, first of all, the goal was a bit Ife, claiming it. Yeah. And I don't know a defender yet who likes claiming own goals, so I'll take it, thanks very much. How are you feeling right now? Oh, it's brilliant, yeah, I mean, looked like we'd blown it at one point when they got the penalty and we went 2-1 up. But, you know, there's a lot of character in the side, and he dug deep. It was over watching it for the last few minutes, but the way the lads dug deep and scored is brilliant.
And the decision to come back to the club really has paid off, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been a dream. It's been a dream, you know. We didn't play all that well today, really, you know. I felt a bit sorry for Wigan, if I'm honest. We didn't play as well as we have been doing in recent weeks. But we're up, so, you know, no one's bothered now.
The girls are all proud of you. Proud of your dad?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
And you up there?
Yeah.
Well done to all of you.
Cheers,
well done.
Cheers.
Well done to Iffy and well done to Gillingham. Every year we come to Wembley for the playoffs, and every year they produce at least one remarkable game. The former Gillingham manager Tony Pulis is alongside Nigel Spatman. I suppose in a way, Tony, these are painful scenes for you because you came so close to seeing all this 12 months ago.
Yeah, not really. I think the important thing is, like I've said all along, the players, the disappointment last year, it did get grabbed away last minute last year. And for them to bounce back, I think it was said that like 3 of the sides who had missed out in a playoff had got relegated. I think that shows the character in the team. Terrific character. There's some terrific lads there, and I'm doubly delighted for them because they deserve it.
Do you think the right team won in the end, Nigel?
I think so. I mean, the sending off obviously had a bearing on the game. All credit to Wigan, came back into it, got the dubious penalty, but that doesn't matter. Maybe the one off the line by Southall, maybe D'Souza's header was over the line, maybe that balanced itself up, but I think overall, Gillingham just about shaded it, but it was very, very close, and we thought it was going to be that way before the game, and we just thinking, well, will it go to penalties again? I'm sure those Gillingham lads didn't want it to go to penalties. They kept plugging away, and all credit to Peter Taylor. He made the right substitutions. He got the ball wide, he got the ball in the box, and Thompson came up with the winner, and it works out sometimes out like that for you. Sometimes other times it goes against you. So today it was Gillingham's day.
Well, we're going to stay on until 6:15 this evening, so we can look back on the contentious decisions, and the officials had to come up with 1 or 2 of those this afternoon. But let's get some more reaction from down there. Another of the heroes, Guy Butters, is talking to Alan.
Guy, the heartache of last season, the heartache of missing a penalty, it all made up for it now, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, for a little while there, I thought, you know, we were going to let it slip, but, you know, fair play to the lads. Steve Butler come on, got a great goal, Andy Thompson, great goal. You know, you can't ask for more, really.
First time Gillingham have ever played in the top 2 divisions now.
Yeah, I mean, we made history, so I'm not too sure when we made history because of the biggest crowd or something, but yeah, what a day. I mean, we're all going to go and have a few beers now to celebrate, so that'd be brilliant.
That's a surprise. What about the well done mushy? What's that mean?
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago I was watching cricket with my mates, and one of the Indian players was called Mushtaq Ahmed, and every time he'd done a bowl, the wicket-keeper kept saying, well bowled Mushy, and all my mates just keep saying it to me now, so one of them got it painted up. They're all over there, we're all beard up over there, so Johnny G and the lads. So, brilliant. They give me this, so I thought, I said to her, I'll put it up the wall box, and they, oh, what a day.
Well done, have a good day. Cheers.
Well, that explains that one. We were all a little bit mystified about that banner, weren't we?
I think it's lovely for Guy, having, like they said before, missed 1 of the penalties last year. For him, you know, to see his face now and how happy he is, and his family and everybody else connected with him, it's just terrific. And we spare a thought for Wigan and John Benson, but they've got enough quality, without a question of a doubt, and the backing of the chairman to go out and spend again and come back again next year, and if anything, take out from what Gillingham have done this year.
Yeah, they contributed to a magnificent afternoon.
They did, Wigan, but they're unfortunately playing against the same teams again next season. For Gillingham now, it's going to the likes of Sheffield Wednesday, Wolves, Birmingham, the big games where these players will want to go and express themselves and do well again. I think the only question mark now hanging over this game is, does Peter Taylor sign a new contract? Does the chairman sit down with him and get it sorted out? Otherwise, Peter could be off elsewhere, so that's the only thing from this game now. I think the chairman needs to sit down with Peter quickly and get it all sorted out.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a word with Peter before we go off air. And the chairman will have looked round again today, Tony, and seen 50-odd thousand Gillingham supporters and thought to himself, the potential here is enormous.
The Medway towns, you know, you look at the Medway towns, 250,000 people live around the Medway towns. And, you know, that's just a small part of Kent. So it has got terrific potential to be a First Division side and to be a solid First Division side. I think the next step is to establish themselves in that league. If they can establish themselves in that league and stay there for a few years and then look to push on.
And of course to get a few more of the armchair supporters to go and see the team a little more regularly than their one Wembley jaunt a year.
Yeah, but that's what it's about everywhere, Marcus. You want to, now you've played so well here, you want to keep these fans. The same for Tony last year. If they'd gone up, they would have kept the fans. Unfortunately, a few drift away and they come out for the big occasion. But I think when you've got a nice stadium, you're playing against new teams, big supported clubs. You know, they're all turn up for the big games, as they do in the Premiership for some of the so-called smaller clubs in the Premiership. They all turn up because they want to watch the big games, and that's what those players have got to look forward to now. And well done to them.
it is certainly a lesson. If at first you don't succeed, do try again. They've tried again, and they have succeeded in some style.
That's great, isn't it?
Congling their way into the first division, aren't they? Look at that.
Yeah. It's sad, like on Friday as well, for Darlington. It's a shame for the Wigan players. You see the jubilation here, but for them in the dressing room now, it's a sad moment for them. They're so close to getting into another division, and
yeah, all the more painful for Wigan because they made such a wonderful start to the season at Christmas, indeed into January. They were as good as up automatically, weren't they?
Well, even today, Marcus, they've lost now. They've gone ahead from the penalty with only minutes to go, and you think it's going to be their time again, and it's snatched away. It's very similar to what we experienced last year at Gillingham. I think the important thing is that there'll be a new manager in place. He'll bring fresh ideas and fresh players in, and I'm sure we've got a question about they'll start favourites to be promoted next year.
And we've also had the tremendous goal from Simon Howarth, which we haven't had time to talk about yet, but that was a cracking equaliser as well.
We will have another look at that, Nigel, in the final part of the programme, do not fear. Now, there is plenty of other action on Sky Sports today. At the moment, over on Sky Sports 1, the Benton Hedges Cup semi-final between Glamorgan and Surrey. It's rained on and off in Cardiff, but they're playing at the moment. Sky Sports 2 from 7 tonight, the final day of the Memorial Tournament with Tiger Woods in pole position. And right now on Sky Sports 3, Indy 500 live. That's motor racing, of course. And Test cricket continues right now on Sky Sports Extra. The West Indies against Pakistan. It's the 4th day of the 3rd Test. But here at Wembley, it's all about Peter Taylor and his Gillingham side. Are they tailor-made for the First Division? More reaction when we come back. Welcome back to Wembley, where behind me the Gillingham players and supporters are still celebrating. The Wigan fans are making their long journey home. It's proved to be a nightmare end to the season for them, but for Gillingham, second time lucky. So many talking points, though. Tony Pulis and Nigel Spatman alongside me. We're going to have a look back at the story of the match. We were saying during the break there, the first 30-35 minutes, not a lot, but from then on, just one talking point after another.
Yeah, I just think that the game opened up. I think the first half an hour, it's a game of chess, and they get used. They're uptight. They don't want to make mistakes. But as soon as the game opened and stretched, I thought it was a terrific game to watch.
Yeah, we said beforehand it was going to be tight, and there was absolutely nothing between them, was there?
Well, just that the one goal, but the sending off maybe contributed to that. A lot of talking points, as you say, with the penalty. But that's unlucky from Liddell there, just skimming the top of the crossbar. But I think once they settled down, the players, and started passing it around, there was good movement. It was sort of sucking each other out, really, because they're very similar styles. But
well, the first major talking point was whether or not it was an own goal, and we spent most of half-time discussing that. I think in the end we've come along to agree with you, Nigel, that the final touch was off McGibbon, the defender.
Yeah, I think if he's right to try and claim it, he's got in there with the defender. If he wasn't in there, the defender would have cleared it anyway. But for poor old Pat McGibbon, I think it hits him and goes in. Carlos Salva's cross, good pace on it. Both go for it. The keeper's unlucky as well.
Should he have done better, the keeper, Tony?
I think he's a bit unfortunate. I think he's come across to cover the near pole, the back post where the ball's come across the face of the goal, and it's just gone through his legs. But I'm giving this to Iffy. I don't care what anybody says.
I think we have to say also that the linesman or the referee's assistant has done very, very well to say that that was over the line. He's given the right decision there.
Yeah.
And of course, there's another decision in the second half when they don't give the goal, and that's going to be a talking point of itself.
Yeah. This is a fantastic goal. This is top draw for me. It's great first touch. They play it wide now, and he delivers in.
And it was the perfect response.
Great touch, and there that finishes. That's top draw.
The perfect response, because at half-time we were just questioning his commitment. He just
that's just the way he plays. I think he's a big lad. He's not the most athletic of lads, but he's got quick feet, and he knows where the back of the net is, showing that he scored 20 goals this season now. But he makes this out of nothing. He flicks it up with the left foot and just knocks it in the far corner over the keeper. No chance. Little flick up like that. I've seen Charlie Nicholas do that before. He'd be pleased with me saying that.
That is a great touch, and like I say, the finish.
Yes. Class. Yeah. That is class.
Top draw. Top draw.
And they started very well, Wigan, in the second half, and they were taking the game to Gillingham.
Well, here's that very controversial decision from Dzeu's header, but the linesman said no, it wasn't over the line. The defender certainly is.
I think that's over the line, but the linesman's on that side. Maybe he hasn't got such a good view of it this time.
I think the difficult thing is that the ball is actually bounced up, so it's not along the line. The first decision was easier because the ball was actually on the ground, so you can see the ball was past the line. Nicky's standing behind the line, And, you know, again, it's debatable. It's a split-second decision.
As Kevin Sharp sees 2 yellows in the second half.
Great save there.
Yeah, very good save there.
He flickered in and out, Asaba, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's Cal. Cal comes alive.
The referee does well. He lets it
Sharp.
play on, and then he brings it back, and unfortunately for Sharp, he's off. And the thing is, once you've got a booking, you know as a player, you can't dive in like this.
He was warned just before as well.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think that's malicious. I just think that's tiredness. That's just being. He was just tired. He was dead beat, and he's made a rash challenge. But like Nigel says, if you're going to challenge like that, the referee's got no option. No option.
This is a good save. I thought the goalkeeper Steely did well. Holds on to this. Brave goalkeeping. He had a good match.
He did have a good match, didn't he? I'm just going back to Kevin Sharp. I wonder how he feels right now in the bowels of the dressing room area. Now, what about that penalty?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I thought it was very, very harsh. I think Darren knows he's not getting away here. He just goes down. Ashby, I think it is, who's got his arm across him there, but there's no contact there as he goes down. He sees the goalkeeper coming out. Lewis is there as well, but the referee's given it. And Barlow, with most probably only the second, third touch of the ball, very confident, puts it in the back of the net.
I think at this time Wigan were playing their best football with 10 men. You know, they controlled large parts of the game, and they had good chances with 10 men as well.
They did.
This is a good chance. This tries to place it in the bottom corner, but it comes on his left foot. He should have hit it with his left foot. Really, try to get it on his right. But this is good play. This, and we said get the ball in the box. Lovely ball in.
Great
on the move.
Yeah,
but they're across the defender, Dazoo.
Yeah, great finish that one.
And what a story. I mean, Butler has been around for nearly as long as Spatman.
But again, he's very similar to Andy Essenthaler. You know, he's a very fit lad. He looks after himself.
He's on the move here, isn't he, Tony? He gets across.
Yeah, gets across the defender. That's a terrific header, that one.
And you said when that went in, Tony, they've got time to win this now.
I just think the more crosses they got into the box, there's great finish as well. Great finish. Again, across the defender. You know, the lad's on the move, the defender's standing still. It's a great, great finish.
It's Ty Gooden. It just takes clips off the defender here, and just a little clip off there. But Thompson on the move, goal scorer.
But there's, you know, it's come off his hand. I think there's 1 or 2 incidents that have gone for Gillingham this year that didn't go for us last year, and I think that's the way sometimes it evens itself out, and they deserve it. Peter Taylor's done terrific. You know, he's got them promoted. First manager to get them promoted. They've had a terrific run in the cup, got through to the quarter-finals. I'm very pleased for him and the players.
What is it about these playoffs, Nigel? Year in, year out, we get absolute classics like that.
That was a classic, but we've got another one to look forward to tomorrow, Marcus. Barnsley-Ipswich, which can be a terrific game as well. So, you know, make sure you're there watching us.
Yeah, and for those Wigan supporters, of course, it's a very long journey home in stark contrast to the scenes in the Gillingham dressing room. I think that is Peter Taylor.
I think he's going in the bath, Marcus, I think.
Being carried presumably into the bath, yeah. I'm not going to throw him out the window.
Don't know. That's his new suit. It might be Alan Bentley.
Is it Alan Bentley by any chance? There he goes.
Make sure it's not too hot.
Make sure they filled it first.
He's got out of it.
Not yet, he hasn't.
He's showing his strength. He's in. He's in. Oh dear, they're all on the transfer list.
It's great to see, though, isn't it?
Well, it's fantastic. Like I said, I've had the experience last year where the lads were beaten, and to be honest, we've gone in the dressing room afterwards, and I've had to pull Aidy Pennock out of the toilet because he's crying his eyes out. And to see what they went through last year, and then to see this is terrific for the lads. Terrific.
Well, Alan Bentley is somewhere in that dressing room. He'll probably end up in the bath in a moment. Hopefully he'll have a word with a very wet Peter Taylor in just a moment. Of course, there is some speculation as to whether Peter Taylor will be at the club next season. You'd have thought that Paul Scally will now move heaven and earth to try and keep
Well, he's got a great bargaining point now. If I was Peter, I'd sit down for a while.
I think Mr. Scully has to get out of the bath first, though. Has he been thrown in?
Is he in there as well?
There he is.
There he is.
No, I think he dived in.
That's great scenes, but you know, maybe Wigan will be doing this time next year, hopefully for them.
Maybe Portsmouth, you never know, Tony.
Well, we hope so.
Well, I think Alan Bentley can now have a word with Peter.
Listen, fellas. Listen, well done. First of all, Peter, I can bring you in.
Your first season in charge, you've taken Gillingham to a place they've never been before, up in the top 2 divisions. How does that make you feel?
Very proud. I've enjoyed the day. I didn't really enjoy the performance as much as I would like, but the last few minutes was fantastic for us, and that's the attitude of the team, the character. They just keep going, and they never give up.
Was there a time when you thought it's gone?
Yeah, I think when they got the second goal, the penalty, I thought then it could be all over, but I'm not giving these enough credit for that because they just keep going, and they've shown it all season. They've shown it from the playoff of last season. They just keep going. They're brilliant professionals, and they deserve this today.
Well, I mean, Peter wasn't here last year, but after everything you experienced, what does this mean to you?
I just can't put it into words. It's just so exciting, and I'm just so happy. You know, when it was 2-1 down, I just couldn't see us getting a goal, and then suddenly, you know, the old man pops up, Stevie Butler and Tomo, and there we are. We're back in it again.
I've got to say, we saw you on the phone with a minute ago. Who are you ringing then?
Oh, that's a big secret, that one, I'm afraid. Can't tell you that one. The bookies, not the bookies.
Was it the printers for a new contract?
No, it was just a wonderful experience. You saw the fans out there, and it just shows how football's unpredictable again. It changes on a flip of a coin, really. And the fans just went from being very quiet and obviously out of it, and they're back in it again, and that's what it is, and that's what it was like for us last year, to be fair.
I mean, 50,000 odd fans today. Do you think you can now build on this in Division 1?
I think so. I think we've got a good little club. We've got a great little team spirit going and great manager, of course. And, you know, Peter's learnt that the potential that's down at the club over the last season. And today it's all about him and the players and the fans. It's been absolutely superb.
A great manager, but can you keep him?
Well, I'm going to do my best.
Peter, from your point of view, we have to ask you about the future. Where do you see it?
I think Paul and myself are going to get down and talk about it all next week. And I think we're going to thoroughly enjoy the day because I think everybody connected with the club today deserves this. And we're going to have a really good night back at a hotel in Kent. And we're going to enjoy that, and then I'm sure we'll be sitting down and agreeing a deal.
And do you want to see the video as to which players threw you in the bath?
Yes, please, because they might be the ones that are after new contracts, and the ones that threw me in will definitely not get them.
Good job that suits the sale on return.
Well done to both of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers, Al.
Oh, what a shame Bentley didn't get thrown in. Maybe there's still time. Well, while those celebrations were taking place, John Benson, after his last game in charge as Wigan manager, spoke to Ned Bolting.
John, your final game in charge of Wigan Athletic, I suppose not in a million years could you possibly have wanted it to end in these dramatic circumstances.
No, but that's part and parcel of football, isn't it? I thought it was a great game, great entertainment. I thought the officials were first class. I thought it was a really good game, and I thought it was a credit to our division.
Can you take any heart from the way that you were just applauded off by the Gillingham supporters there?
Well, you could say, I mean, I thought the atmosphere, everything was superb. I mean, a little heart. I mean, I don't think I could have asked any more from the players. I thought they gave everything they possibly could. I mean, obviously you're restricted down when you get down to 10 men, and we get ourselves in front, and we just couldn't hold on. Full march to Gillingham.
Do you have any arguments for the sending off, or do you see that as a fair decision?
No, I thought that's your second book of offence, wasn't it? You can't argue with that. I thought the officials was first class.
It was a thrilling game for the neutral from start to finish, a wonderfully exciting game to watch.
Well, that was good. I mean, then I think that was pleasing. I think looking at our second division, I think it's been a very strong division this year. But, you know, I mean, in fairness, I think my team's done magnificent, really. Absolutely magnificent. And I'm absolutely sure we'll be back next year.
And just finally, John, do you have one message for those Wigan fans who made the trip down today?
Well, have a safe journey home. And thank you for everything you've done for us this season. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thanks so much, John.
Pleasure.
Well done to John, and I'm sure those Wigan supporters appreciate all his efforts this season. Final word, Tony, how do you think Gillingham will fare now in the First Division next season?
Well, it's all according to what Peter can get out of the chairman. I think if he can get a few players in, a little bit more quality, then they'll do OK. It's ever so difficult going to Priestfield and getting a result. And, you know, they're just building on again and moving on again. So it's important that he does invest in it. And
from a neutral point of view, we'll hope to see Wigan come again, won't we?
Let's hope so for their sakes. Hopefully they're doing what Gillingham have done this season, bounce back. But for Peter Taylor, well done, and good luck. He's just got to make sure he stays in the division next year.
Nigel, Tony, thank you very much indeed for your company this afternoon. We're of course back tomorrow for the First Division playoff final. It's Barnsley against Ipswich, a sellout crowd from 2 o'clock on Sky Sports 2 and Sky Sports Extra. Well, today was what football is all about, a cracking match, and at the end of it, Gillingham are through to the First Division for the very first time in the club's long history. From us all for now, it's goodbye.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The Nationwide Football League on Sky Sports, sponsored by Duckham's, giving a voice to football fans.